Chapter 11:14. Big Sister. All the goddesses are here. That D*MNB* star is still alive? Buzz. Following a few cold laughs, thousands of figures suddenly appeared outside the originally empty palace. They were the goddesses of their respective clans. Regardless of appearance, status, or cultivation, they were all the best among the clans of the gods. However, although they were strong and had high statuses, there were some deities who were not inferior to them. It was precisely because of this that he was terrified all day long. Many of the goddesses who were not inferior to them had already been killed by the deities. Most of them had already decided on marriage. This made the deities, who had been chasing after them to no avail, extremely happy. Who dares to touch our master? Are you tired of living? That's right. Let's see who dares to touch master today. I, the little thunder god, will turn him into ashes. Buzz. Just as Wang Kai swallowed his saliva and was secretly thinking about how to escape, a few voices were heard. Along with them were thousands of divine princes. Furthermore, each of them was accompanied by a beautiful goddess with an astonishing aura. Although the goddesses looked unwilling, they had already lost their chastity to them. For the sake of their family's reputation and chastity, they could only choose to marry the deities. What are you trying to do? Are you rebelling? Feng Liyin came back to her senses and stared coldly at the deities as she shouted. Hee, Big Sister Feng, why are you so angry? Buzz. Among the deities, a handsome man in a green robe walked out. He carried a zither on his back. Beside him were two beautiful ladies, one on his left and one on his right. Human Emperor Fu, the descendant of Fuxi, the future successor of Fuxi. As soon as this person appeared, many of the goddesses exclaimed. Many of them had feelings for him, but when they saw the two ladies beside Human Emperor Fu, they lowered their heads sadly. Human Emperor Fu was naturally the most famous one among the clans of the gods. He was also the most powerful one. There were countless divine daughters pursuing him, but he just happened to like the two beside him. However, these two goddesses didn't like Fu Renhuang at all. No matter how hard he tried to woo them, they just ignored him. In the end, under Wang Kai's public instruction, Emperor Fu also used a vicious method in the crowd at that time to get the two goddesses he couldn't win over. A descendant of Fuxi? Seeing this, Wang Kai narrowed his eyes and couldn't help but look at the two women beside him. With one look, his eyes were filled with amazement. It had to be said that the two goddesses beside him were not any less beautiful than Feng Liyin and Xianku. They could be said to be on the same level. I am the descendant of the moon god, Yu Qingying. I am the descendant of the sun god, Yang Yin. Greetings, young Master Wang. Oh no, Master Wang. Under the gaze of Human Emperor Fu, the two unwillingly pursed their red lips and bowed to Wang Kai. If it wasn't for the fact that what was done couldn't be undone, they would definitely join Feng Liyan's team. Moreover, they would be the strongest divine daughters to punish Wang Kai. But now, it was useless to say anything. They could only listen to Human Emperor Fu and help Wang Kai deal with Feng Liyin and the other goddesses. Moon God, descendant of the sun god. The corner of Wang Kai's mouth curled up slightly as he secretly gave a thumbs up to Human Emperor Fu. Master, don't worry and leave. With me here, no one can hurt you. Human Emperor Fu secretly nodded in response. In the blink of an eye, he waved his arm and took down his zither. Then he loudly ordered, "We will definitely protect Master's safety." In an instant, many divine sons and divine daughters who came forward all echoed loudly. This kind of power caused Feng Liyin and the other goddesses' expressions to turn ugly. Just the divine sons led by Human Emperor Fu were enough to be on par with them. However, there was a divine daughter standing beside each of these divine sons. Together, Feng Liyin and the other goddesses could not deal with him at all. Sigh, it's too late to say anything now. I'm not good at anything now. Even if there's a beauty, I can strip her naked and let Ben Shao sleep with her. I don't have the ability to do that. Wang Kai shook his head and sighed. With his hands behind his back, he stepped into the air and left alone. What? Hearing this, Human Emperor Fu and the other goddesses widened their eyes and looked at Wang Kai's back in disbelief. Sister, good job. You should punish him like this. He deserves it. He. In an instant, the goddesses came to their senses and laughed coquettishly. Bastard. Feng Lian, how could you be so vicious? Human Emperor Fu was furious. Even though he came to protect Wang Kai, he did not really want to make a big fuss. He only wanted Wang Kai to be safe. But now, he heard that Wang Kai had been castrated by Feng Lian. How could the righteous human Emperor Fu tolerate such a thing? Even the rest of the divine sons were furious. As men, how could they not understand the sorrow of being castrated? Feng Lian's beautiful eyes went blank. Her beautiful face was filled with grievance. She really wanted to tell them that Wang Kai's problem had nothing to do with her. But at this juncture, how could she admit defeat? He deserves it. Feng Lian snorted coldly. Then, she turned around and walked into the palace. The goddesses looked at the closed door of the palace and glared at human Emperor Fu and the other divine sons. No one noticed that Xian Ku pursed her lips and left anxiously to chase after Wang Kai. We can't let this matter rest. Follow me to get the deity striking whip. Today I want to strike a god. Human Emperor Fu snorted angrily and waved his hand to leave. When the other divine sons saw this, they felt the same way and followed him angrily. At the same time, Wang Kai, who had arrived at the border of the deity's clan, looked around cautiously. When he saw that no one was around, he grinned and said, "Humph, you want to teach Bin Xiao a lesson? I can easily stun all of you. Are you on the same level? Descendants of Nuo? You should be happy that Bin Xiao doesn't send you to his bed one by one. Congratulations to the host for successfully bragging. You have received 20,000 experience points and 200 bragging points. Heaven-splitting divine axe, come over now." Wang Kai frowned and sent a voice transmission. Buzz. Soon, a stream of light streaked across the sky, and a mighty and exquisite axe flew over. This time around, your divine axe is completely recovered. Those bunch of beasts are truly vicious. After beating your divine axe for so long, they had not expected that your divine axe would absorb all of their powers. Boy, do you believe that I am the heaven-splitting divine axe now? What do you think? Isn't my heroic figure handsome? The heaven-splitting divine axe floated in the air, emitting streams of light around it. The aura of the heaven-splitting divine axe flowed continuously, as if it could tear the sky apart at any time. Chapter 11:15. Damn you, take Bin Xiao to a small demonic deity's territory. Bin Xiao wants to kill the demonic deity. Wang Kai frowned and said impatiently. With his current cultivation, he was nothing in the deity's clan, or even in the entire Kunlun's field. He had to be restrained everywhere. Wang Kai did not like this feeling. However, if he wanted to reach the deity's realm by bragging, he would have to brag until he died. He did not have that much time to do so. In that case, he might as well find the demonic deity's territory and kill them. Killing one demonic deity was equivalent to bragging 5 times. For Wang Kai, who was in desperate need of strength, he was naturally happy to do so. There is a disgusting demonic deity's clan nearby, the 100-clawed flying sparrow. Are you sure you want to go? Those green-feathered birds have hundreds of claws. They look so disgusting that it makes one's scalp tingle. The heaven-splitting divine axe said in disgust. The 100-clawed flying sparrow. Hearing this, Wang Kai's eyes narrowed slightly. No matter how many claws it had, they were used to kill to raise its cultivation level. Let's go to the 100-clawed flying sparrow's territory. Lead the way, Wang Kai said indifferently with his hands behind his back. Ahem, I can go, but I won't help. Seeing those 100-clawed flying sparrows makes me sick, the heaven-splitting divine axe said. In response, Wang Kai looked at him with disdain and nodded. He said, I don't need your help. You just need to lead the way. What about Xian Ku? Let her follow. The heaven-splitting divine axe was about to move when he suddenly felt something and asked secretly through voice transmission. Xian Ku? Wang Kai was startled when he heard this. He thought that he was only in the great sage realm, so he really couldn't discover anyone's tracks. Helpless, he could only wave his hand and send a voice transmission. Can you get rid of her with your cultivation? Of course. I have recovered to the ghost deity's realm. She is only a demon deity. She can't catch up with me. The heaven-splitting divine axe said indifferently. Take Ben Shao and leave. Just get rid of her. Wang Kai shrugged his shoulders. He waited for the heaven-splitting divine axe to transform into a giant axe body before pushing off the ground and stepping onto it. Wang, whoosh. Immediately after, the heaven-splitting divine axe rushed forward at high speed, and in the blink of an eye, it disappeared from the land of the various gods. It was so fast that no one could sense it. What do they want to do? Could it be that he's looking for Azura? Xianke walked out from behind a big tree. Looking in the direction where Wang Kai and the heaven-splitting divine axe had left, she frowned and murmured, Come, let's go after him. Wang. Suddenly, Feng Liyan appeared beside Xianke. She was wearing a sailor outfit and knee-length black stockings. Her black hair was tied into 2 ponytails. In her hand was a black longsword. Big sister, why are you wearing this? Xianke's beautiful eyes were dazed. Isn't that part of his body not working? I plan to let him recover there. Perhaps the outfit he wants to see the most will help him recover. Are you going or not? Feng Liyan gritted her teeth and said, But are we just going to leave like this? Aren't we going to inform the elders? Will Wang Kai be happy if he sees us chasing after him? Xianke pursed her red lips and asked with hesitation and worry. We have to go even if we don't want to. Human sovereign Fu, that bastard, went to ask for the god's striking whip. If I don't leave now, I'm afraid I'll be humiliated by him. Feng Liyan snorted angrily. If you don't want to go, I'll go. You wait here. I'll bring him back in one piece. Seeing that Xianke was still hesitating, Feng Liyan didn't try to persuade her anymore. She immediately moved to leave. Wait, I'll go, but I want to change my clothes. I'm wearing a ceremonial dress. If he sees it and you wear it, perhaps he can recover. Xianke bit her red lips and said shyly. Feng Liyan's forehead was filled with black lines. She snorted and said, That bastard got lucky. Hurry up and change. I'll wait for you here. Boy, wouldn't it be better if you brought Xianke along? No matter what, she's still in the demon immortal realm. She could be of great help. In the sky, the heaven-splitting divine axe was flying rapidly as he mocked. Who knows how strong the evil god is? What if he's stronger than the demon immortal realm? I'm not afraid of you laughing at me. I'm still in the great sage realm. Not to mention demon immortals. I can't even defeat human immortals. Wang Kai said with a dark face. Damn, you actually have a time when you admit that you're inferior? It's rare. The heaven-splitting divine axe was stunned. He was really shocked. Wang Kai frowned and said with disdain, I can't defeat human immortals because I don't want to fight them. For someone as awesome as Ben Shao, he only fights the strong. For example, Tao Heavenly Realm Evil Gods, Heaven-Splitting Realm Evil Gods, and so on. Congratulations to the host for successfully bragging. You've received 20,000 experience and 200 bragging points. Then you'll have a lot to fight. In the 100-clawed Flying Sparrow clan, there are dozens of Tao Heavenly Realm Evil Gods, 2 Heaven-Splitting Realm Evil Gods, and hundreds of others. As soon as the heaven-splitting divine axe said that, it floated down to a mountain range that stretched endlessly. Looking at the ruined forest and the corpses everywhere, Wang Kai couldn't help but touch his chin. He smiled and said, I didn't expect the demon immortals of Kunlun's field to be so big. They must be stronger than the giant. These aren't ordinary demon immortals. When they were alive, they were all demon immortals. In Kunlun's field, demon immortals cultivate faster than gods. They're born as demon immortals. Most gods are transformed from demon immortals. The previous master of Kunlun's field was also a demon immortal. The heaven-splitting divine axe said calmly. In response, Wang Kai grinned. He was not familiar with the matters of the Kunlun realm. Kid, you can go by yourself. There's a cliff 30 miles ahead. There are many caves there. That's where the 100-clawed flying sparrows live. I won't go. I can't stand looking at those hundreds of claws, the heaven-splitting divine axe said with lingering fear. You're not going? Wang Kai narrowed his eyes and looked at it with amusement. He secretly communicated with the system and asked, "Can I control the heaven-splitting divine axe?" Host, with your current cultivation, if you want to control the heaven-splitting divine axe, you'll need to spend 10,000 bragging points. 10,000 bragging points. Hearing this, Wang Kai's face darkened. His heart ached for the bragging points he'd wasted. At the same time, he hated the Nine Heavens maiden even more. If he had the chance to return to Earth in the future, he would definitely find her and have a good chat with her. Wait, I'll go with you. With your strength, it'll be difficult to survive in the territory of the 100-clawed flying sparrows. With me around, it'll be easier for you. Provided we don't run into any demon immortals in the heaven-splitting realm. Chapter 11:16. Fengli Yan, you're dressed like... Cough cough. F***CK. Xianku is here too? What's the meaning of your attire? Wang Kai turned around abruptly and saw two modern beauties. Fengli Yan was wearing a sailor suit and black stockings that reached her knees. Her flesh was faintly visible and her belly button and slender waist were exposed. Beside her, Xianku was wearing a black dress and holding a red umbrella in her hand. She was wearing high heels and no stockings this time. Instead, her fair calves were exposed. Wang Kai's heart thumped as he watched, and he swallowed his saliva. He had the urge to press all of them to the ground and ruthlessly ravage them. Is that thing of yours working? Is it as stimulating as Sister Yin said? Xianku blinked her beautiful eyes and looked at Xiao Kaikai's body. At the same time, Fengli Yan also looked at Xiao Kaikai. In response, Wang Kai quickly turned around and did his best to suppress the awkwardness in his heart, as well as Xiao Kaikai, who had raised his head. He pretended to be lonely and said, "Don't hurt me again. I really can't take it." Sister Yin, that part of his body still hasn't recovered. Xianku pursed her red lips, and her beautiful eyes were filled with worry. Fengli Yan's beautiful eyes blinked as she stared at Wang Kai's back with a suspicious expression. Wait here with the heaven-splitting axe. Ben Xiao is going to the 100-clawed sky sparrow tribe to kill. Don't disturb Ben Xiao. Although you are in the Tao celestial realm and demon celestial realm, you're too weak in front of Ben Xiao. Wang Kai waved his hand and said casually, "Congratulations to the host for successfully bragging. You have received 20,000 experience and 200 bragging points." Whoosh! Xianku was not displeased when she heard that. However, how could Fengli Yan tolerate that? She sneered disdainfully and said, "Wang Kai, stop bragging. With your mediocre skills, I'm afraid you can't even enter the 100-clawed sky sparrow tribe's territory. How dare you look down on Ben?" Cough cough, look down on Ben Xiao. Wang Kai frowned. Just as he turned around, he was irritated by their attire. He raised his head and awkwardly turned his back on them. The truth was that the black stockings, the little black dress, and those shining white calves were too unbearable. It's not that we look down on you, but you don't have the ability to make us look up to you. Fengli Yan's beautiful eyes narrowed, and she looked even more suspicious. She increasingly felt that Wang Kai had been lying all along. Actually, there was nothing wrong with him there. But in this kind of situation, under the premise that he could not be sure, he could not go and check it himself. Right? What if it didn't work? Wasn't this inspection poking at his sore spot? Fengli Yan had no choice but to secretly continue to observe and monitor him. I'm not afraid to tell you that as long as Ben Xiao wants to, he can destroy Azura and the other evil gods at any time. Moreover, all I have to do is pick my nose and flick it, and they'll all go back home. Wang Kai shrugged and said with a rather proud expression, "Congratulations to the host for successfully bragging. You have received 20,000 experience and 200 bragging points." Huh, who doesn't know how to brag? This old lady once rode on Azura. Fengli Yan said with a rather disdainful smile. Whoosh! As soon as these words came out, Wang Kai's expression suddenly froze. He suddenly turned around and grabbed her shoulder. As he secretly glanced at her chest, he pretended to be serious and asked, "Is this true or false? Do you like to be on top of a woman? Get lost. Feng Lian's forehead was filled with black lines. She raised her jade-like hand and pushed Wang Kai to the side. She turned around, and her face was a little red. She didn't expect that Wang Kai would actually believe her. Well, just wait here. When Ben Xiao comes back, he will definitely open your eyes. At that time, this Kunlun's field will belong to Ben Xiao. It will be a place for future dates. Wang Kai shrugged and smiled casually. Congratulations to the host for successfully bragging. You have received 20,000 experience and 200 bragging points. Buzz. As his voice faded, Wang Kai moved his feet. With a few leaps, he disappeared into the mountain forest. You wait, don't follow him. Since he insists on going alone, he must have his own ideas. If he is really in danger, it won't be too late for us to go. The heaven-splitting axe said lightly and stopped Feng Liyan and Xian Ku, who wanted to follow. Host, Wang Kai profession, chaotic warrior, array, breaking master realm, great sage, 11th grade cultivation method, divine connection, Daluo Vajra body, divine connection, chaotic million formation image martial technique, divine connection, hand of the void, divine connection, array breaking technique equipment, divine connection, chaotic sky swallowing halberd the power of God, divine connection eye technique, divine connection, eye of the torch dragon bragging points, 800 experience, 800,000,999,999 Wang Kai, who was running, secretly activated his mind and opened the system information. After a glance, he found that he still needed to brag 10 times more before he could break through to the next realm. I wonder if the bragging rewards will increase after I reach the deity realm. If it does, Wang Kai narrowed his eyes and grinned. Then he activated his mind and closed the system page. At the foot of a mountain, there were many caves on the cliffs and precipitous cliffs. The caves were very wide, and they were hundreds of feet wide. A lofty mountain was right in front of his eyes, causing him to feel a sense of dread. Every hole is dozens of feet wide. How big is this damn 100-clawed flying sparrow's stomachs? It wouldn't be an exaggeration to say that they cover the sky, right? The corner of Wang Kai's mouth twitched. He frowned and thought for a while. Then he secretly communicated with the system and said, "Can those 100-clawed flying sparrows see through me if I use the shape-shifting technique to turn into a rock?" Host, the shape-shifting technique is a martial technique within the system. No expert can see through it. Hearing the notification, Wang Kai's mouth curled up. He thought to himself, it's been a long time since I used the shape-shifting technique, right? Buzz. Soon after, Wang Kai's body transformed into a stone the size of a baby's fist. He bounced up the cliff with a da-da-da sound. Where did that Corel guy go? Why hasn't he come back yet? Get out of here, all of you. Crack. As a furious voice rang out, space tore open. A middle-aged man in a red magic robe walked out. He held a staff with a fiery red gem in his hand. There was a red magic formation under his feet that supported his body and made him hover in the air. Hiss hiss, hiss hiss. At the same time, a roar was emitted from the countless number of holes in response. Soon after, one could see the heads of many green-haired creatures poking their heads out from within. Wang Kai, who was pretending to be a rock on the ground, was quite frightened when he saw the heads of the 100-clawed flying sparrows. They were the same as normal peacock heads, except they were extremely large, like huge mountains. Just their heads were comparable to mountains, so just how large would their entire bodies be? Chapter 1117. Buzz. So what if Ben Xiao comes out? Killing you is as easy as chopping vegetables. Even if you're in Azura, in front of this young master, you're no different from trash. Wang Kai slowly revealed his true body, hands clasped behind his back, and looked at her with a smile. Congratulations to the host for successfully bragging. You've received 2 million experience and 20,000 bragging points. Congratulations to the host for successfully breaking through to the advanced level of the deity realm. Human? You're a human god? The middle-aged woman's eyes narrowed. She stared at Wang Kai warily with a cold glint in her eyes. No, I'm the ruler of the human gods. Anyway, Ben Shao is more powerful than you can imagine. Wang Kai squinted his eyes and smiled faintly. Congratulations to the host for successfully bragging. You've received 2 million experience and 20,000 bragging points. Congratulations to the host for successfully breaking through to the beginner level of the deity realm. Arrogant and ignorant human god. Buzz. Suddenly, the middle-aged woman snorted. She flipped her palm and slapped across the air. She shouted, "Water dragon bullet!" Swoosh. Roar. Under Wang Kai's astonished gaze, he clearly saw a ball of water float out and condense into a water dragon. The dragon opened its mouth angrily and bit towards Wang Kai. How dare you use magic in front of Ben Shao? Do you know that Ben Shao is the ancestor of magic? Congratulations to the host for successfully bragging. You've received 2 million experience and 20,000 bragging points. Congratulations to the host for successfully breaking through to the advanced level of the deity realm. Buzz. Bang. Whoosh. 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 After breaking through to the next level, Wang Kai flipped his hand and slapped. However, due to the difference in level, he was still pushed back by the water dragon and slammed into the wall. The ancestor of magic? How can a god from the world of cultivation know the power of magic? Even the immortal emperor of cultivation has been defeated by us. The highest point of the land of cultivation, Kunlun's Field, is also the territory of our demonic beast army. When the middle-aged woman saw that she had beaten Wang Kai to the point where he was unable to fight back, she immediately sneered with satisfaction. The immortal emperor of the immortal world? A deity of the world of god cultivation? Kunlun's Field? A magical beast? Wang Kai frowned when he heard that. He didn't expect the world to be divided into 3 categories: spirit cultivation, immortal cultivation, and magic. I'm not afraid to tell you that immortal cultivators, divine cultivators, magic, and so on were all created by Ben Shao with a wave of his hand. The magic you're using now is merely something that Ben Shao felt when he peed back then. Wang Kai smiled faintly with his hands behind his back. Congratulations to the host for successfully bragging. You have gained 20,000 experience and 20,000 bragging points. Congratulations to the host for successfully breaking through to the beginner level of the Spectre God Realm. Humans really know how to boast. Die. Wind dragon, win my ass. Wind? Bang. Crack. Before the middle-aged woman could finish her attack, Wang Kai suddenly approached her and slapped her on the head. Her head immediately exploded, and she died on the spot. Wang Kai clapped his hands and glanced at the broken body on the ground with disdain. He didn't pay attention to her just now because his level was not high enough. Now that he had reached the beginner level of the Spectre God Realm, which was beyond the Demon God Realm, why would he waste his breath on her? Sigh, Ben Shao is really too strong. He will unify the immortal cultivation world, dominate the immortal cultivation world, and wreak havoc in the magic world. It's just a matter of time. Wang Kai shook his head and sighed. Congratulations to the host for successfully bragging. You have gained 2 million experience and 20,000 bragging points. Congratulations to the host for successfully breaking through to the advanced level of the Spectre God Realm. Hee. It seems like the 100-clawed flying sparrow's territory is destined to be destroyed by Ben Shao. It can't be helped. Ben Shao is simply too awesome. He just broke through 2 levels and asked who else. Congratulations to the host for successfully bragging. You have gained 2 million experience and 20,000 bragging points. Congratulations to the host for successfully breaking through to the beginner level of the Dao Heaven Realm. The Dao Heaven Realm. Hearing the notification, Wang Kai's eyes narrowed. He was 1 level away from the open sky realm. At that time, he wouldn't have to be afraid of Azura. Whoosh! Wang Kai's expression was extremely calm. He slowly floated out and floated in the air. He looked at the caves and said softly, "Green feathered sparrows, stop sleeping. Come out and watch Ben Shao beat you to death." Buzz. Rumble. Rumble. In an instant, before the 100-clawed flying sparrows could react, Wang Kai waved his hand repeatedly and the entire mountain was turned into ruins. Bastard! Who is it? How dare you come and cause trouble? Buzz! Suddenly, the strongest heaven-opening realm expert, Ku Chi, led dozens of middle-aged men covered in dust and flew out of the ruins. One open sky realm and 43 Dao heaven realm. Are the rest dead? Wang Kai narrowed his eyes and glanced at the ruins below. Seeing that there was no aura to speak of, he slowly let out a sigh of relief. Your grandpa came to cause trouble. Oh, Ben Shao already killed Azura, Wang Kai said indifferently with his hand behind his back. Congratulations to the host for successfully bragging. You have gained 2 million experience and 20,000 bragging points. Congratulations to the host for successfully breaking through to the advanced level of the Dao Heaven Realm. What? Hearing that, Ku Chi and the others' expressions all changed. They all stared coldly at Wang Kai, and in the end, their faces became terrifyingly dark. I didn't expect there to be a living human god in Kunlun's field. How dare you? How dare you? How dare you? Why wouldn't I dare? Ben Shao even killed a few in front of you. Buzz. Puff. 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 While Ku Chi was stunned, Wang Kai stepped forward and directly came before the 3 weakest middle-aged men. With a slap, their bodies exploded in the air. Congratulations to the host for successfully killing 3 advanced Dao Heaven Realm demonic gods. You have gained 3 million experience. Congratulations to the host for successfully breaking through to the intermediate level of the Open Sky Realm. Let's destroy these dozens of them as well. Buzz. Rumble. Hearing this, the corners of Wang Kai's mouth curled up slightly, and he casually slapped out again. Only a series of buzzing sounds could be heard. Except for Kutcher, the rest of the 100-clawed flying sparrows that had transformed into humans exploded in the air. You are at the intermediate level of the Open Sky Realm? That's impossible. There are no gods in Kunlun's field now, and it's impossible for an Open Sky Realm god to appear. You are. Ugh. Before Ku Chi could finish his exclamation, Wang Kai grabbed his neck, and with a slight force, his face turned extremely pale. Ben Shao won't get any benefits from killing you, so Ben Shao has decided not to kill you for now. But there are some questions I need to ask you. Do you want to live? Wang Kai squinted at him and asked with a faint smile. Cough, cough. Ku Chi couldn't make a sound at all with his neck being grabbed. Hearing that, he could only nod with a red face. First of all, thank you all for your support and love. Second, should I go to Earth first, the world of magic, or the world of cultivators first? All 3 territories will appear one after another. Chapter 11:18. Tell me, where did you come from? Why did you come to Kunlun's realm? What is the realm of your leader, Azura? Bang! Wang Kai flipped his hand and threw Ku Chi into the ruins. Then he slowly floated down and sat cross-legged in front of Ku Chi and asked in a low voice. We came from the Roha continent and came to Kunlun's realm to rule. We broke the barrier of the immortal realm and came here. Azura's realm. He is a triple divine cultivator. Kuch knelt on the ground and answered respectfully. Triple divine cultivator? Wang Kai frowned when he heard this. He looked at Kuch with a puzzled expression and asked, What is the triple divine cultivator? Has the immortal realm been conquered by you? Replying to the human god, the triple divine realm represents the Roha continent's magic and night cultivation, as well as the cultivation of the gods and the cultivation of the immortal world. When all 3 are gathered together, the highest point is the triple divine realm. As for the world of immortal cultivators, we've already successfully conquered it. I heard that most of the cultivators fled to a place called Earth, where there are still people with special abilities. Azura is planning to refine the Kunlun Mountains and then go to Earth to successfully grasp the method of cultivating special abilities and become the god of true virtue. As Kuch spoke, Wang Kai was dumbfounded. The immortal realm, and the magic realm. The 3 divine cultivators gathered together and reached the peak of the triple divine cultivator. Moreover, there are still superpowered people on Earth? Why didn't I know about this? Wang Kai frowned as he was surprised. At the same time, He couldn't help but laugh at himself. If he didn't get into a car accident and come to the immortal realm, he wouldn't have known that there were espers on Earth. In the end, he wasn't qualified to come in contact with the espers. But now, it was different. The god of fourth divine cultivator? It seems that Ben Shao needs to break into a stronger realm, even though Ben Shao is already the strongest. Wang Kai shrugged and smiled casually. Congratulations to the host for successfully bragging. You have received 2 million experience and 20,000 bragging points. Congratulations to the host for successfully breaking through and reaching the peak of heaven opening. Host, Wang Kai class, God realm, split the heavens perfection divine arts. None divine skill, none divine weapons, none the power of God. Full spirit divine eye, torch dragon's eye bragging points. 160800 experience. 00 host, you have now reached the highest realm in the cultivation god world. If you want to continue increasing your strength, you can only choose to enter other planes. Host, with your current ability, you can only choose the following 3 planes to enter. First, the strongest continent in the magic world, Roha continent. Second, the strongest place for espers, Earth. Third, the strongest place for immortal cultivators, immortal world. Host, the chaos is divided into 7 universes. You are now in the 5th universe ruled by the cultivation god world. The 6th universe is the immortal world, and the 7th universe is the magic world. Hearing the series of system prompts and the system page that appeared, Wang Kai frowned. My experience points have become 0. If I want to continue breaking through, I can only go to other universes. Otherwise, even if I bragged, I wouldn't get a reward. And that Earth, which universe is it in? Wang Kai frowned and asked repeatedly. Host, bragging can be rewarded with bragging points, but before you go to other universes, you can't increase your realm. Host, the 4th universe where Earth is located is called the Espers world. The espers on Earth are the strongest. Hearing this, Wang Kai suddenly understood. He rubbed his chin and said with a playful smile, I didn't expect the cultivation god world to be ranked behind the espers world. Host, the 7 universes are ranked. After the 3rd universe, it isn't ranked by strength. Only the 1st, 2nd, and 3rd universes are ranked by strength. So the 1st, 2nd, and 3rd universes are the strongest? As for the ones after them, they're about the same? Wang Kai frowned and asked in surprise. Host, that's exactly the case. After receiving confirmation, Wang Kai's mouth twitched, and he couldn't help but ask again. Then what do the 1st, 2nd, and 3rd universes cultivate? Host, due to the limited scope of your knowledge, the system is unable to answer this question. Then you should at least tell me how much stronger the triple cultivation god is than the heaven-opening realm, right? Wang Kai said with a dark expression. Host, the triple cultivation god is 2 realms stronger than the heaven-opening realm. The heaven-opening realm is actually the 1st cultivation god realm. Above it is the 2nd cultivation god realm, and after that is the 3rd cultivation god realm. Hearing this, Wang Kai's mouth twitched and he snorted. If I don't go to other universes, I won't be able to break through and reach the 3rd cultivation god realm. I won't be able to defeat Azura. If that's the case, won't I be dead for sure? Can't you be a little more reasonable? Host, you can directly choose to go to the Espers world of the 4th universe, the cultivation god world of the 6th universe, and the magic god world of the 7th universe. Host, you can also choose to go to the magic god world first. Azura's lifeline is there. With the 3rd cultivation god realm, you can sever his lifeline, causing his strength to drop and become the 3rd cultivation god realm. That way, you can rush back to the cultivation god world and fight him at the same level. Of course, the premise is that you have to reach the divine realm in the magic god world. Only then can you be considered the 3rd cultivation god realm. Lifeline? Sever his lifeline? Furthermore, if he reached the divine realm in the magic god world and advanced to the 3rd cultivation god realm, then return to the cultivation god world, Azura's strength would drop to the 3rd cultivation god realm because his lifeline was severed. This also proved that if they were at the same level, the outcome of the battle would still be uncertain. It also saved him the danger of going to other universes and causing the Kunlun mountain of the cultivation god world to be refined. Wang Kai grinned. Although he wanted to go to other universes to have a look, show off, pick up girls, and so on, saving the Kunlun realm was more important. Therefore, he could only choose to go to the magic god world first, destroy Azura's lifeline, and then come back to destroy his original body. Thinking of this, Wang Kai turned and looked at Kutcher, who was kneeling in front of him, and said lightly, "Can you still return to the magic god world?" "Yes, but only Azura and my clan's leader, the evil god master, can open it." The other evil god masters were all subdued by Azura in the cultivation god world and the cultivation god world. In a magic god world, only the 100-clawed flying sparrow clan was Azura's first subordinate. "But if my clan's leader knows that you've been destroyed, he definitely won't help you open the gate to the magic god world," Kutcher said. Chapter 1119. In a mountain forest. Feng Liyin and Xian Ku were waiting anxiously, looking at the 100-clawed flying sparrow clan's territory from time to time. When they heard the explosion, they couldn't help but want to go and take a look. Unfortunately, they were all stopped by the heaven-splitting divine axe. "Are you sure Wang Kai will be fine?" "Just now, even the aura of the heaven-splitting realm." "Don't worry, that boy is very awesome now." Before Feng Liyin could finish speaking, the heaven-splitting divine axe interrupted her. "How do you know?" Xianke blinked her beautiful eyes and asked curiously. In response, Feng Liyin also looked at him. From beginning to end, she hadn't sensed Wang Kai's aura, only the 100-clawed flying sparrow clan's heaven-splitting realm expert. Carefully sensed the aura of the 100-clawed flying sparrow clan's heaven-splitting realm expert. The heaven-splitting divine axe said indifferently. Hearing this, Feng Liyin frowned and looked at the heaven-splitting divine axe suspiciously. "Sister Yin, quickly sense it." "I'm not strong enough." Xianku pursed her red lips and said anxiously. "Wang." Feng Liyin nodded silently, then closed her beautiful eyes and carefully sensed in the direction of the 100-clawed flying sparrow clan's territory. Shua! Suddenly, in less than 10 breaths, Feng Liyin opened her eyes and said in shock, "There's no heaven-splitting realm aura left. There's only one left, but his aura is very weak." This heaven-splitting divine axe didn't lie to you, right? The 100-clawed flying sparrow clan only has 2 heaven-splitting realm experts. Of course, their leader isn't included. Now that there's only one with a weak aura left, what are you worried about? The heaven-splitting divine axe smiled faintly. Young Master Wang's strength has recovered. Xianke blinked her beautiful eyes and asked in surprise. "Don't listen to his nonsense. If Wang Kai's cultivation can defeat heaven-splitting realm experts, why can't I sense it?" Feng Liyin frowned and said coldly. This, Xianke pursed her red lips and looked at the heaven-splitting divine axe in confusion. "That's because you're very weak. You haven't reached the heaven-opening realm, so you naturally can't sense the aura of a heaven-opening realm expert. Of course, I'm talking about the peak of the heaven-opening realm." The heaven-opening divine axe said proudly. Whoosh! Hearing this, Feng Liyin was filled with disdain. She sneered disdainfully. "It's true that you were at the heaven-opening realm in the past, but the current you isn't even a Tao celestial. This divine axe isn't now, but it was originally enough. The heaven-splitting realm naturally has its own uniqueness. Once you reach the heaven-splitting realm, you will naturally comprehend it," interrupted the heaven-splitting divine axe indifferently. "Then according to what you're saying, Wang Kai is already at the peak of the heaven-opening stage?" Feng Liyin coldly snorted in disdain. No matter what the heaven-splitting divine axe said, she didn't believe that Wang Kai could break through so quickly. When he left, he was not even a deity yet. How long had it been since then? And it became the highest level in Kunlun's field, the completion of the heaven-opening realm? Not to mention that Wang Kai couldn't do it. Even Fushi couldn't do it. That's right. With your strength, you can only sense the aura of ordinary heaven-opening experts. but you definitely don't have the ability to sense those at the peak of the heaven-opening realm. However, this divine axe can sense it very clearly. Although that brat is a bit strange, having an aura for one moment and then not, said the heaven-splitting divine axe proudly. Strange, having an aura for one moment and then not? Ha ha. As expected, your brain has been beaten to a pulp by the clans of gods, said Feng Li Yin disdainfully. Little girl, according to seniority, you're still this divine axe's junior. Can you be a bit more respectful? If it weren't for this divine axe splitting heaven and earth, would there be a place for you to exist? The heaven-splitting divine axe coldly snorted in annoyance. Sorry, Feng Li Yin, only believe in strength. I don't believe in seniority. Also, even if you split heaven and earth, it was Pangu who used you to do it. Furthermore, if it weren't for the humans created by my ancestors, what's the point of you splitting heaven and earth, leaving you to wander around by yourself? Said Feng Li Yin disdainfully. You're simply infuriating this divine axe. The heaven-splitting divine axe was directly insulted to the point that he didn't have any temper. His axe body trembled as if he had a cramp. Sister Yin, don't make Senior Divine Axe angry anymore. He's already miserable enough. He's already been beaten by the various clans for a few days, said Xian pitifully. Cough, cough. However, such words only made the heaven-splitting divine axe even angrier. What did he mean by miserable enough? He's right. Ben Shao has indeed reached the peak of the heaven-opening realm. As for his aura being intermittent, it's only revealed when Ben Shao attacked. If he didn't attack, it naturally wouldn't be there. No matter who came, they wouldn't be able to detect it. Wang. As a soft chuckle sounded, Wang Kai's figure suddenly appeared. He was standing behind Xian Ke. Lord Wang. What are you doing? Before Xian Ke could turn around in surprise, her delicate body was pulled into Wang Kai's embrace. Little Kai lifted his head vigorously and nudged her perky body below her back. Nothing. Did you miss Ben Shao? Wang Kai narrowed his eyes and asked with a playful smile. Is that thing of yours working? Xian Ke's pretty face flushed red. Sensing the hardness, she immediately became even more embarrassed. I don't believe you've reached the peak of the heaven-opening realm. Take my sword. Wang. Suddenly, Feng Li Yin swung her sword, directly passing by Xian Ke's ear and pointing it at Wang Kai. You bitch! Can't you use your sword safely? Clang! Wang Kai reprimanded with a darkened face and pulled Xian Ke to the side. He raised his hand and used 2 fingers to clamp the blade of the sword. You're really a liar. That thing of yours, it's clearly not broken. At the same time, Feng Li Yan's breathing stopped. Her beautiful eyes naturally saw little Kai. The tent was undoubtedly the best answer. Cough, cough. Who said that Ben Shao's thing is broken? What kind of joke is this? Can always be good? If you don't believe me, you could try with Ben Shao. I guarantee that you'll have no road to heaven and no door to hell. You'll want to die, and you'll be in ecstasy. Wang Kai frowned and smiled rather indifferently. Congratulations to the host for successfully bragging. You've received 20,000 bragging points. Bastard. I'll chop you into pieces. Xiao. In an instant, Feng Li Yin flew into a rage out of humiliation. With a reddened face, her slender jade-like hands continuously danced, causing the black longsword to unceasingly descend towards Wang Kai like raindrops. Clang, 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 clang. However, Wang Kai did not dodge or evade. He only used 1 finger to move back and forth, easily receiving each of her attacks. Little girl, you'd better behave. Otherwise, Ben Shao will directly knock you out, find a place where there's no one, strip you naked, and take good care of you. Wang Kai narrowed his eyes and smiled mockingly. Chapter 1120. 100-clawed Flying Sparrow Clan's Territory. Knight Corel was riding a golden-furred lion, quietly waiting at the edge of the ruins. In the air, a green-robed middle-aged man with green hair and green eyes was standing. Corel respectfully said, Honorable leader Mike, the human god, just now, is very powerful. I'm not his opponent at all. Please be careful in a moment. The hundred-clawed flying sparrow god, leader Mike, indifferently swept a glance at him and disdainfully said, "In the cultivation world, there are no gods more powerful than me and Lord Azura. You can't defeat him because you are too weak." I think so, honorable leader Mike. Corell slightly bowed. As he lowered his head, a cold glint flashed in his eyes. "You speak as if you're very awesome." Suddenly, a chuckle resounded, resonating with Carol's heart. It even made him suspect if he had said what was in his heart. "You are the human god who annihilated my entire clan? How dare you?" Mike abruptly turned around and furiously shouted. "Buzz!" Wong Kai's figure gradually appeared. Looking at Mike, he couldn't help but stroke his chin and said with a playful smile, "Your outfit really suits you. It's very green." "Humph. After annihilating my entire clan, you still dare to say that you want to fight me one-on-one instead of running for your life? How many lives do you have? Weak human god." Bang! Rumble. Suddenly, before Mike could finish his words, Wong Kai's figure had already arrived in front of him. With a flip of his hand, Mike was slapped down from the sky and fiercely fell to the ground. "I already said that he's very strong, but you just don't believe me." Stupid Mike. Carol's heart was filled with disdain. He turned his head and pretended that he didn't see anything. "Weak? Who's the weak one between you and me? You can't even block such a move, yet you still dare to brag and say that you're very powerful?" Wong Kai frowned and said with a disdainful sneer. Whoosh! Mike stood up from the ground and coldly raised his head to look at Wong Kai. Suddenly, he took out a long green spear. With a push of his feet, he charged into the sky. The power of God, Azura, Wong. At the same time, Wong Kai did not dare to be careless. He transformed into his Azura form and disappeared with a flap of his wings. Universal Cleave. Bastard, you can actually transform into Lord Azura. Seeing this scene, Mike suddenly turned pale with fright and hurriedly dodged, not daring to take it head-on. Looking at Wong Kai's current figure, his expression was extremely heavy. It was very clear that that move just now was Azura's ultimate skill. Once hit, no matter how strong he was, he would be cut in half. Heavens, he actually became an Azura. Below, Corell was astonished and nearly fell off the Golden Lion's back. He was truly shocked. "Umph, Azura. Mike, why aren't you kneeling down when you see me?" Wong Kai said coldly. Whoosh. The moment those words came out, Mike's body trembled and was about to kneel down out of habit. But in the next instant, he abruptly reacted and roared with a sullen face, "I'll kill you." Whoosh. In an instant, Mike threw the long green spear towards Wong Kai with a flip of his hand. Along with a terrifying might, the friction caused the space to shatter. Sky-shattering feather. Wong. Crack. However, Wong Kai flapped his wings and tore the space apart. The long green spear pierced through the space and disappeared. Bang! As the space closed, Wong Kai's figure flashed and arrived before Mike. He brandished his scythe and slashed towards Mike's head. Damn it! Damn it! Mike was extremely furious. He knew the sharpness of the scythe and did not dare to receive it head-on. He rolled to the side and swung his hand again. Whoosh! 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 Two long green spears attacked Wong Kai from the left and the right. Moreover, a circle of green magic array appeared above Wong Kai's head and under his feet. Wong Kai was shocked when he saw this scene, and he hurriedly flapped his wings and shouted with a grim voice. Feather shatters the firmament. Crack! Bang! In less than a breath, Wong Kai's figure had already hidden in the blood-red space. At the same time, the two magic arrays collided with the green spear and exploded, causing the ground to crack. A bottomless pit suddenly appeared. F***, it's so powerful. A magic array? Wong Kai, who was in the blood-red space, looked at the scene outside and was shocked. If he had not relied on the ability of Azura to dodge the attack, he would have been blown to pieces. Lord Azura's space? He can even use it multiple times. Even Lord Azura has to wait a few minutes before he can use it once. Corel was shocked. He swallowed his saliva and hurriedly rode the golden lion into the forest to hide. No matter who lived or died within their battle range, there would definitely be no good ending. If Mike died, Corel would definitely run away. I wonder if this move will work. Using the strength of a god of double cultivation against Mike, Wong Kai inwardly thought for a while. While in the blood-red space, he extended his hand towards Mike, who was standing guard outside. Heartless thought. Bang! Puff! In an instant, Mike clutched his chest. Blood had already burst out from his chest, and he knelt on the ground. His complexion was deathly pale. Cough, cough. Even this move can plop. Mike did not even last for a few breaths before he fell to the ground and died. Congratulations to the host for successfully killing a god of triple cultivation. Gained 0 experience. Hearing the notification, Wong Kai was speechless. He immediately reverted back to his original appearance and walked out of the blood-red space. Looking at the corpse on the ground, he laughed in disdain. Simply too weak. Just this, and you call yourself a god of triple cultivation. You're not even enough to fill the gaps between Bensheo's teeth. Okay. Congratulations to the host for successfully bragging. Gained 20,000 bragging points. Human god, I admit that you're really special. But don't forget that our 100-clawed flying sparrow race has 100 lives and 100 hearts. Buzz. Suddenly, an angry voice sounded from the sky, causing Wong Kai to frown. He hurriedly raised his head to look. He saw a green sparrow that covered the sky, flapping its wings. Its claws were densely packed with nearly 100 of them. Furthermore, they were constantly wriggling. Just looking at it made one's scalp go numb. The system notification has already appeared. Why is it still alive? Wong Kai's face darkened. He was speechless. Chapter 1121. Host. The 100-clawed flying sparrow is a god of triple cultivation. He could die 100 times. You will be rewarded for each kill. If you kill him in the magic world, your experience will reach the god realm. Whoosh! Hearing this, Wong Kai's eyes lit up. If he could bring this 100-clawed soaring sparrow to the magic world and then kill him, wouldn't he be able to become a true god of dual cultivation? This won't do. What if my strength changes in the magic world? The system said that I have to cultivate magic again to reach the god realm. After thinking about it, Wong Kai gave up on this idea. If he really became a dog, he wouldn't even have the chance to run away. After all, the magic world was the home of the 100-clawed flying sparrow. Human, you are really strong. I don't dare to fight against Lord Azura's move, so I have sent a message to Lord Azura. I hope you can survive under his hands. Ha. Suddenly, the 100-clawed flying sparrow laughed loudly. However, such words made Wong Kai's pupils shrink. He quickly shouted, "The power of God, Azura!" Buzz. Feather shatters the firmament. Crack. The blood-red space tore open, and Wong Kai flashed into it. He was no longer in a mood to stay and continue fighting with Azura. If he was caught by Azura, he wouldn't even be able to take a step out of the magic realm, let alone go to the magic realm. At the same time, Feng Liyin and Xian Ku, who were waiting anxiously, heard the 100-clawed flying sparrow's laughter. Their faces changed. They looked at each other and wanted to rush over. What are you two doing? Do you want to die? Wong Kai's face darkened. He reached out his hand and grabbed them into the bloody space. Azura, what ability can I use to go to the magic world? Wong Kai urged his mind to communicate with the system. Host, you're using the ability to go through the bloody space and reach the end. You will reach the magic world. As the system notification rang out, Wong Kai didn't hesitate. He grabbed Feng Liyin and Xian Ku, one on each side, and quickly rushed towards the end. Did Azura really come? Feng Liyin asked in a deep voice. On the other side, Xian Ku was also worried. Yes, he should be here. But don't worry, he won't be able to catch up to us so quickly. Wong Kai grinned. With a tap of his foot, he sped up again. After running for an hour, he finally reached the end of the blood-colored space. Furthermore, there were no Azuras pursuing them on the way. Towards this, Wang Kai could be said to be extremely angry and secretly sneered. CK your grandpa. You actually dare to play with Ben Xiao? Eh. Suddenly, Wang Kai's expression froze as he stared at the gigantic circular magic array in front of him, as well as the gigantic blood-red figure standing in front of it. It was Azura. Human god, I've been waiting for you for a long time, Azura said emotionlessly. Little fire god? Wang Kai's face darkened. He suddenly discovered that there was a young man lying at Azura's feet. Upon closer inspection, he saw that it was Zhu Yin, the little fire god. Cough, cough. Damn you. You've really screwed me over. Not only did you not let me out, you even let him here. Zhu Yin spat out a mouthful of blood and stared at Wang Kai sullenly. Hearing this, Wang Kai's mouth twitched slightly. He flipped his hand and pulled Feng Liyin and Xian Ke behind him. Looking at Azura, he said in a deep voice, Are you here to kill me? No, I won't kill you. You want to go to the magic world, right? Do you want to destroy my lifeline? Or do you want to reach the divine realm of second cultivator? Azura asked indifferently. From his voice, aura, and demeanor, it was impossible to tell that he was a demonic god. It was just that his appearance was extremely terrifying. However, Wang Kai knew very well that the more such a person was, the more powerful he was. From Feng Liyin and Xian Ke, who were trembling behind him, he could guess this. Even the fearless Feng Liyin was frightened to such an extent at this moment. From this, it could be seen how terrifying Azura was when he was serious. That's right. Ben Xiao can cut off your lifeline, but Ben Xiao will definitely reach the divine realm of second cultivator. Wang Kai shrugged and said indifferently. At the same time, he was trying his best to think of a way to escape. You can't cut off my lifeline. However, I really want to make you stronger so that you can fight with me. For example, the gods of your human race, Fuxi, Niuhua, Pangu, Xinenvi of the ninth heaven, and so on are all hiding. They don't want to fight with me. So, I'm very bored. Azura said indifferently. He didn't say that he could defeat Fuxi and the others. Instead, he said that Fuxi and the others didn't want to fight with him. Hearing such words, Wang Kai narrowed his eyes. He couldn't help but admit that this Azura was really a weirdo. He actually said it purely for a fight. All right, Ben Xiao agrees. When Ben Xiao returns, it will be the time to destroy you. Wang Kai narrowed his eyes and said with a faint smile, Hee ha ha. Azura suddenly laughed loudly. After laughing for a long time, he said in a deep voice, I hope you don't lie to me. Otherwise, I will go to any place that has your aura and destroy it one by one. Oh, any place that has your aura refers to any place that you've been to, any place that you've existed. Buzz. As the sound of his voice faded, Azura's figure disappeared. However, Wang Kai's face darkened. Any place that he'd been to, any place that he'd existed in. Did it refer to the Fan Prefecture, Immortal Martial Domain, 8 Desolates, Extraterritorial Starry Skies, and so on? If that was really the case, then everyone would be wiped out by Azura. Anyone would be eaten alive by the army of demonic gods that he led. Is this the reason why you destroyed the gods of the Kunlun realm? Just because Fuxi and the others didn't want to fight with you? Is that why you? Wang Kai gritted his teeth. He suddenly felt the pressure multiplying. This time, when he went to the magical realm, he had to reach the divinity realm as soon as possible. Also, whether he could sever Azura's lifeline or not, he had to give it a try. In short, such a dangerous Azura must not be allowed to live. He left. Feng Liyan's delicate body trembled as she asked in a trembling voice. The strong woman demeanor from before had disappeared. In its place, it was as if a little girl had seen a ghost. She was so scared that she was trembling. Aren't you very awesome? You've always been shouting that you're the best. Why are you so scared now? Wang Kai curled his lips and said in a rather speechless manner. Feng Liyan wanted to refute, but when the words reached her mouth, she couldn't say it. This time, she had really lost face. Okay, let's go. And you, Zhu Yin, are you coming with us to the magical realm? Or are you going back to the clan of the gods? Wang Kai frowned as he stood on the huge magic array. I'll naturally go with you. Zhu Yin secretly glanced at Xianko. He gritted his teeth and wanted to follow. Follow your ass. Follow your ass. You even dare to have ideas about Ben Xiao's woman. It's already a blessing that I'm not killing you. Get lost. Wang Kai frowned. He turned his hand and slapped Zhu Yin out of the blood-red space. In the blink of an eye, a light flashed and a magic array spun rapidly. Feng Lian and Xian quickly jumped on it. In the blink of an eye, the three of them disappeared. Chapter 1122. Magic World, Roha Continent. This was a world where magic and Douqi were the most important. In this world, there were two main professions, magician and knight. Magicians were divided into many types, such as necromancer, light magician, dark magician, fire magician, lightning magician, etc. Knights were relatively simple. They were divided into two types. One was light knight, and the other was dark knight. Wang Kai, who had just arrived in this world, arrived in a small city with Feng Lian and Xianku. Facing Wang Kai and the others' strange clothing, the natives were surprised, but at the same time, they were frightened. They had never seen a person with such strange clothing. Moreover, they suddenly appeared from the sky. This made them very scared. Wang Gongzi, where are we going now? Xian Ku was surprised. Looking at the people around, they were dressed like adventurers, quite different. Wang Kai frowned and scanned the surroundings. He secretly communicated with the system and asked, "Where is the lifeline of Azura?" Host, the lifeline of Azura can only be found by you, but the system can give you a few hints. Each hint requires 100,000 bragging points. Each hint requires 100,000 bragging points, and there are still a few. Hearing the system prompt, Wang Kai's mouth twitched. He couldn't help but open his information page. Host, Wang Kai profession, none rank, none skills, none weapon, none bragging points, 0 experience, 01000 inch. What the hell? What the hell is this? Wang Kai looked at it and was suddenly startled. Why did it look different? It's none. Skills? Rank? Not even profession. Bragging points. 0. Experience. 1,000? Host, if you choose to practice magic, you only need to brag, and you will become a magician. Only when you practice to the god level and your original god level can you become a god level magician. Host, you can summon the information of your soul cultivation realm combat strength by urging your mind. In this magic world, you can also use the combat strength and ability of the soul cultivation realm. Host, the bragging points in your godly cultivation information can also be used. However, the reward for bragging in the magical world is only counted in the information of the magical world. Divine cultivation information. Host, Wang Kai class, God realm, split the heavens perfection divine arts. None divine skill, none divine weapon, none the power of God. Full spirit divine eye. Torch dragon's eye bragging points. 200800 experience. 00. Seeing this information, Wang Kai secretly heaved a sigh of relief, since he could use the strength of the divine cultivation realm. Then on the other hand, he could completely reach the strongest realm in this magic world. He only needed to cultivate magic or be a knight to raise his realm to that of a god. Thinking of this, Wang Kai rubbed his nose and secretly communicated with the system. Then I'll just cultivate magic. Adding on my heaven-opening realm battle prowess, I can definitely become a close combat sorcerer. Oh no, I should be a law god. With my talent, cultivating magic will be a piece of cake. Ha ha ha. Congratulations to the host for successfully bragging. You've received 1,000 experience and 100 bragging points. Congratulations to the host for successfully raising his level to that of a beginner magician. Congratulations to the host for successfully becoming a beginner magician. For the first time, the system has gifted a magic skill, Beginner Fireball. Host, Wang Kai class, Magician grade, Beginner magic skill, Fireball beginner, magic weapon, none bragging points, 100 experience. 01000 host. The magicians in a magic world are divided into beginner, intermediate, advanced, great magician, high magician, great 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 magician, and law god. There are 9 levels. Host. Only when you reach the law god level and combine it with the divine cultivation realm can you reach the divine cultivation realm. Hearing the series of notifications and the system page that appeared in front of him, Wang Kai frowned slightly and urged his mind to close it. He raised his hand and said to the sky, "Beginner fireball." Ah, he's going to release the fireball? Heavens, this is the district. How could he do this? Quickly inform the knights of the guards to capture them. Ah, he doesn't seem to have released the fireball. After the waves of exclamations, the pedestrians on the street were all stunned. After waiting for a long time, they still didn't see a single fireball coming out. Not to mention a fireball, there wasn't even a F*King flame. In this regard, Wang Kai's mouth twitched fiercely, and he was really speechless. F*CK, am I a magician or not? Wang Kai's face darkened as he urged his mind to ask. Host, to release magic, you need a magic staff, and you also need to chant a magic skill. Magic staff, chant a magic skill. Wang Kai was speechless when he heard this. This F*King magic was simply too weak. Forget it. I have nothing to do. I'll just brag and kill a few magicians and break through to the law god level. I'll give up on using this useless magic. Wang Kai curled his lips and put down his hand, feeling rather speechless. What about the fireball? Where should I give it to? Release one and let me see. At the side, Feng Lily's beautiful eyes shone as she looked at Wang Kai expectantly. Xian Ku also looked over in amazement. They were all very curious about magic. Seeing this scene, Wang Kai's mouth twitched slightly. After thinking about it, he should use magic. After all, it could be used to pick up girls. Cough, cough. Can't I release it instantly without a magic staff? Wang Kai frowned and secretly asked the system. Host, to release it instantly, there is no need for a magic staff. You need to reach the law god level to be able to do so. However, if you use up all your bragging points, the system can let you do the ability that only law gods can do. Hearing this, Wang Kai held his forehead with one hand and thought to himself, trying to pick up girls and act cool also has a price to pay. Wang Kai shrugged and said rather casually, there's nothing left. Ben Shao can continue to brag. In any case, with Ben Shao's heaven-opening battle strength, he's invincible in this world. Congratulations to the host for successfully obtaining the ability of law gods. A total of 200,900 bragging points have been consumed. Host, Wang Kai occupation, God realm, heaven opening, perfection, divine technique, none divine technique, none divine weapon, none the power of God, full God's eye, torch dragon's eye bragging points, 0 experience, 0 host, Wang Kai occupation, magician grade, elementary magic technique, none magic weapon, none bragging points, 0 experience, 01000. As the system notification sounded, Wang Kai glanced at the 2 system pages. Seeing that all his bragging points had been reduced to 0, he did not pay much attention. Elementary fireball spell. Buzz. Boom. Suddenly, Wang Kai turned his hand and pointed to the sky. With a shout, a ball of flame shot out from his palm and rushed into the clouds, exploding in the clouds. Oh my God! Is this the elementary fireball spell? Is this the elementary fireball spell? It's already at the magic guide level. Quickly report to the brave knights of the guards and capture them. In an instant, the people on the street all exclaimed loudly. Chapter 11:23. F***CK, what's this? That was just a casual shout. If I had said intermediate fireball spell, its power would be far greater than that of a magic conductor. It's obviously the magic god level, okay? Wang Kai waved his hand and smiled proudly. Congratulations to the host for successfully bragging. You've gained 1,000 experience and 100 bragging points. Congratulations to the host for successfully leveling up and becoming an intermediate magician. Host, Wang Kai profession, magician grade. Intermediate magic skills, none magic equipment, None bragging points. 100 experience. 01000. He can't be a lunatic, right? Intermediate fireball spell? Is there an intermediate fireball spell? Lesser fireball spell is elementary. Greater fireball spell is advanced. Okay? For a moment, many people were stunned. They looked at Wang Kai and the others as if they were looking at idiots. Aya, you're too embarrassing. Feng Lian, who was originally excited, was now blushing. She secretly felt embarrassed for Wang Kai. She thought he was really a powerful magician, but in the end, he couldn't even differentiate between elementary and advanced magic. Cough, cough. Don't listen to their nonsense. Who said that there are no intermediate fireball spells? That's because they're ignorant. Just look at what they're wearing. They're all commoners. Commoners don't understand the power of aristocratic magic. Wang Kai waved his hand and said awkwardly, "Congratulations to the host for successfully bragging. You've gained 1,000 experience and 100 bragging points. Congratulations to the host for successfully leveling up and becoming an advanced magician. Host, Wang Kai profession, magician grade, advanced magic skills, none magic equipment, none bragging points, 200 experience, 02000. My experience increased by 1,000. Wang Kai casually glanced at it and closed it with his mind. What's going on? Who's causing trouble here? Suddenly, with a shout, the crowd took the initiative to disperse and make a path. When a group of knights riding on magic wolves slowly walked over, the crowd lowered their heads and looked very respectful. Honorable Silver Knights, they're the ones who are randomly casting fireballs here. When the team of knights walked to the front, a man dressed in civilian clothes quickly stepped forward and pointed at Wang Kai and the others to report. Which country are you from? Are they residents of the kingdom of Roha? The captain of the knights, Kobais, looked at Wang Kai, who was dressed strangely, and frowned. However, when his gaze landed on Feng Lian and Xian Ku, his eyes lit up. With a lecherous look, he said, Men, capture all three of them. As for the two young ladies, send them to the palace for His Majesty to enjoy. Ayo. As his voice faded, the dozen or so knights behind him pulled out their sacred swords and rode over on their demonic wolves. What are you standing there for? Release your fireballs and burn them. Feng Lian stared at Wang Kai. Her beautiful eyes were filled with anticipation as she shouted. Wang Kai grinned when he heard this. He rubbed his nose rather speechlessly and said, Shouldn't you be the one doing it yourself? He said that he would offer you to the king of this country. If a dog bites you, do you want to bite back? Even if you want to bite back, it should be you who bites as a man. Feng Lian frowned as she said. Black lines immediately appeared on Wang Kai's forehead when he heard those words. He hugged Xian Ku and leaped into the air. He looked down at Feng Lian and said in an indifferent voice, I'm sorry, I'm not interested in that. Oh my God, he can actually float in the air. He can also float in the air with people. He must be a powerful archmage. Yes, that fireball just now must be a high-level one. As an archmage, the power released by him must be very strong. In an instant, everyone cried out in alarm, pointing at Wang Kai in midair and shouting nonstop. Poor floating magic. The corner of Wang Kai's mouth twitched as he was speechless. However, the matter of floating in the air caused the knight Captain Kobai's expression to be very ugly. He looked up at Wang Kai and said in a deep voice, Which country are you from? Archmages can't enter the country so casually. Get lost. If I don't show my power, do you really think I am Hello KT? Rumble. In an instant, Feng Lian pulled out her sword and swept it. Immediately, the knights who surrounded her were sent flying while vomiting blood. The magic wolves they were riding were killed on the spot. Heavens! They killed people. They are all dead. The knights are all dead. Soon, those knights were not spared. Feng Lian's battle prowess was too strong. Dao Celestial Realm, if calculated according to the magic world, would be Holy Knight and Holy Magister. It was only below Magic God. Who are you guys? Kobai's expression finally changed. If Wang Kai was an archmage, he could barely remain calm. However, the The power displayed by Feng Lian made him unable to remain calm. One must know that in his knight team, everyone was a silver knight. Although they were only equivalent to a grand magician and not as good as an archmage, it was impossible for her to kill them all with a casual sweep of her sword. Even magic wolves were killed. How strong was she? The ancestor of magic, Wang Kai. Wang Kai shrugged and said indifferently, "Congratulations to the host for successfully bragging. You have received 1,000 experience points and 100 bragging points." The ancestor of magic, damn it. Just you wait. I will inform the dean of the Lorraine Magic Academy to come and execute you. Kobay's was trembling with anger. He rode the magic wolf and turned around to leave. Can you still walk? Buzz. Wang Kai moved and appeared in front of him. He looked at him indifferently and raised his hand, saying, "Fireball, cough, cough, beginner level." Boom. Rumble. With one strike, Kobe's was immediately sent flying. The silver armor on his body was completely shattered. His hair was disheveled as he crashed into the ground. His surroundings were char-black. This is obviously not beginner level. Boom. Kobe's roared. He felt his head was very heavy as he directly fell to the ground. No, don't kill us. Honorable great magician, don't kill us. We are just civilians of the kingdom of Roha. Don't kill us. Seeing that the cavalry was completely annihilated, everyone was so scared that their faces turned pale. They hurriedly knelt on the ground and begged for mercy. Pitiful people are hateful. You deserve to be civilians. Wang Kai casually glanced at them. He turned around and left with Xian Ku. Hey, wait for me. Teach me magic. It's that fireball technique from just now. Feng Lian shouted loudly. She quickly stepped on the ground and chased after him. God, can a knight float in the air? My God, what did I just see? Chapter 1124. If you want to learn magic, go to that Lorraine Magic Academy. I can't teach you. Also, you should find some time to have sex with Ben Xiao. Wang Kai frowned and said impatiently. In the void, Feng Lian heard this and her eyes flickered. She sneered and said, "Humph, wait until I learn magic. I will beat you until your teeth fall out." Wouch! As soon as her voice fell, Feng Lian's figure moved and disappeared. Young Master Wang, is it okay to let her leave alone? Xian Ku, who was in his bosom, raised her head and asked with a red face. It's okay. Her strength is in the Tao heavenly realm. In this world of magic, as long as she doesn't meet a god-ranked opponent, no one can do anything to her. Wang Kai shrugged and said casually, "It's better to say that the ones who should be worried are the magicians in the world of magic. If anyone provokes her, then the end is afraid that she will destroy the entire academy. Then where are we going?" She went to the Magic Academy. Let's go to the Knight Academy. Knights are more handsome there. Wang Kai narrowed his eyes and smiled playfully. In his heart, he thought that it would be easier for a knight to pick up girls. He didn't know if there were any beauties in the Knight Academy. If not, he could be a princess or a king's concubine. At least this trip wasn't in vain. The current Wang Kai had already forgotten about the matter of severing Azura's lifeline. Knight Academy. Xian Ku blinked and looked at Wang Kai suspiciously. Back on Earth, he had read a lot of books about magic. They often talked about knights and beautiful women and so on. Royal Knight Academy. After using his divine sense to scan the entire Roha kingdom, Wang Kai found the only Knight Academy. Moreover, it was in the town he was in. Only now did Wang Kai know that this town wasn't a small town, but the royal city of Roha Kingdom. It just looked very small and didn't have the majestic feeling of the cultivation god world. I want to sign up for the Royal Knight Academy. Don't think that I'm weak just because I'm handsome. In fact, I'm very strong. As long as you let me join, I guarantee that countless beauties will be charmed by me and fight to join the Royal Knight Academy. At the door, Wang Kai put down Xian Ku and walked up to the two guards. With his hands behind his back, he said proudly, "Congratulations to the host for successfully bragging. You have received 1,000 experience points and 100 bragging points. Congratulations to the host for successfully leveling up and reaching the rank of Great Magician." Host, Wong Kai class, magician grade, great magician magic skills, none magic equipment, none bragging points, 400 experience, 03000 great mage. My experience has increased to 3,000. No, I have to first become a well-rounded man who can master magic and knight abilities. Wong Kai narrowed his eyes and thought to himself, Host, you can no longer become knight. You can only become a knight when your magician reaches the divine level. Hearing the notification, the corner of Wong Kai's mouth twitched. Sorry, you should be a great magician, right? Our Royal Knight Academy does not accept magicians. The two guards took out a silver ball of light and shone it at Wong Kai. They shook their heads and refused. Oh, what is this? You can tell that I'm a magician with one look? You even know that I'm a great magician? Wong Kai frowned and asked in surprise. It was true that he was a magician, but he had just broken through to become a great magician. With the system hiding it, how could it be seen through? Host, the system will not help you hide your level in the magic world, because your current true strength is already in an invincible state. In this world, no one can beat you. Hearing the notification, Wong Kai's forehead was filled with black lines. He stretched out his hand and snatched the silver ball of light from the guard's hand. He said indifferently, Bin Xiao thinks highly of this thing. Give it to me. How dare you, stupid magician? Do you know that this is the measuring instrument of the Royal Knight Academy? Return it to us immediately. Otherwise, the Knights of the Royal Knight Academy will not let you off. The two guards panicked and hurriedly pulled Wong Kai's left and right arms. They used the measuring instrument to determine that Wong Kai was a great magician, so they did not dare to make a move against Wong Kai. They were very clear that they, who were only advanced knights, could not defeat a great magician. What they could do now was to get close to Wong Kai and grab him tightly. You don't have the chance to take the magic staff now and can't release magic. Quickly return the measuring instrument to us. The two guards sneered. Wong Kai's mouth twitched when he heard that. He thought to himself, did they really think of me as a magician? Without the magic staff, I'm just a piece of trash after getting close to them? Scram, buzz, bang, boom. In an instant, Wong Kai's body shook and the two guards were blown away as if they were blown away by the wind. They flew out for a few dozen meters before coming to a stop. Heavens, is he a great magician? How is this possible? He must have used the light of resistance just now, right? Without the magic staff, he can still release magic. He must be a great magician. The two night guards cried out in shock. They crawled up and hurriedly ran into the Royal Knight Academy. Young Master Wong, did we get into trouble? Xianku pursed her red lips and said with a smile, what are you afraid of? We are the strongest. Come, let's go to the Lorraine Magic Academy to become a magician, hee. Wong Kai narrowed his eyes and grinned. Want to go to the Magic Academy again? Xianku was very suspicious when she heard that, but she did not say anything. She nodded and said, that's good too. I can still be with Sister Yin. At the same time, in front of the Lorraine Magic Academy, Feng Lian put her hands on her waist and looked at the two magician guards in front of her aggressively. What did you say? I can't join the Magic Academy? I don't have the potential to become a magician? Are you all blind? Feng Lian angrily said. The measuring instrument has already said very clearly that you can only become a knight. Even if you enter the Magic Academy, you can't become a magician. Yes, I'm very sorry, beautiful lady. The Magic Academy does not accept knights. The two magicians wearing black magician's robes and holding wooden magic staffs bowed slightly and refused. Measuring instrument? Is it this thing? Crack. Feng Lian clenches her silver teeth and pulls out her blade. She slashes the silver ball of light and shatters it into pieces. Just you wait. When this old lady becomes a knight, I will definitely come and beat the hell out of your Magic Academy. You blind things. Feng Lian coldly snorted, and with a tap of her foot, she disappeared. Where is she? Oh my God, what level of knight is she? Just now, the measuring instrument clearly said that she could become a knight, but she is still not a knight. The two magicians who were about to get angry, but before they could get angry, Feng Lian's figure had already disappeared. This kind of strange disappearance scared them quite a bit. Cough, cough, I want to join the Lorraine Magic Academy and become a magician. Chapter 1125. The measuring instrument is gone. How? Oh, are you talking about this thing? Take it. The two mage guards fell to the ground in a daze and answered subconsciously. They did not see Wang Kai and Xian Ku at all, but when the measuring instrument was placed in front of them, they were stunned. Isn't this the measuring instrument of the Royal Knight Academy? Heavens, it can't be wrong. There's even the insignia of the Royal Knight Academy on it. The two mages got up abruptly and took the measuring instrument and turned it around. They could clearly see the insignia of a golden lion at the bottom. The golden lion was the insignia of the Royal Knight Academy. It was also the family insignia of the Dean of the Royal Knight Academy. Who cares where it's from? Hurry up and measure it. I want to be a mage. Yes, my magic is very awesome. Any magic is easy for me to grasp. It's not an exaggeration to call me a magic genius, the ancestor of magic. Wang Kai shrugged and said with a rather indifferent expression, "Congratulations to the host for successfully bragging. You've received 1,000 experience points and 100 bragging points. Friend, you really know how to brag. But I'm sorry, your background is unclear and you're holding the measuring instrument of the Royal Knight Academy. So, we can't use it to measure you, and we won't easily accept you into the Lorraine Magic Academy. This measuring instrument, please take it back." The two mage guards looked at each other and politely handed the measuring instrument back to Wang Kai. "Go and report to the dean that the measuring instrument was broken by an unknown female knight. I'll keep watch here." "Okay." Then, one of the two mage guards stood there without looking sideways, while the other turned and ran into the academy. "Young Master Wang, what should we do?" The unknown female knight they were talking about. Was it Sister Yin? Xian Ku pursed her red lips and asked softly. Wang Kai grinned. According to the aura that disappeared just now, the unknown female knight was undoubtedly Feng Lian, but he did not know why she did not successfully enter the Lorraine Magic Academy and even broke the measuring instrument. She was judged to be an unknown female knight. Alas, in this day and age, there is no door for geniuses to enter. It's really heartless. Wang Kai shook his head and sighed with a rather helpless expression. "Congratulations to the host for successfully bragging. You have received 1,000 experience points and 100 bragging points. Oh, friend, I don't know if you're a genius or not, but your identity is very suspicious. Our Lorraine Magic Academy welcomes magic geniuses, but we don't welcome." Cough, cough. "Sorry, friend, I was a bit impulsive." The magic guard awkwardly shut his mouth at the end. Fireball. Beginner level. Boom. Rumble. Suddenly, Wang Kai flipped his hand and released a fireball at the magic guard. The magic guard immediately fell to the ground in fright. Hearing the loud rumbling behind him, the magic guard turned his head around mechanically. What they saw was the complete destruction of the entire forest. Everything was char-black. "Oh my God, you're in trouble." He was in trouble. "That's the dean's favorite landscape tree." The magic guard exclaimed loudly. "The dean's favorite landscape tree?" Wang Kai heard this, and the corner of his mouth twitched slightly. With a rather disdainful expression, he said, "Bullsh asterisk T Dean. With Ben Sheo's magic ability, he can destroy 2 deans. Congratulations to the host for successfully bragging. You have received 1,000 experience points and 100 bragging points. Congratulations to the host for successfully leveling up and becoming a magic shooter. Host, Wang Kai profession, magician level, magic shooter magic skills, none magic equipment, none bragging points, 700 experience, 04000 inch. What just happened? What happened? Oh my God. Who did this? Who did this? This is too abominable. Aren't they afraid of being punished by the dean? Following a series of exclamations, hundreds of magicians wearing magic robes came into view. There were both men and women, from mature ladies to lowless. There were all kinds of them. Even the loose-fitting magic robes of those with good figures couldn't hide their sword-drawn, delicate bodies. What made Wang Kai's eyes light up was their appearance. Blonde hair, blue eyes, skin whiter than snow. This won't do. Looks like I have to join the Lorraine Magic Academy. Wang Kai frowned as he thought to himself. He turned and pointed the measuring device at Xian Ke. Buzz. Under the illumination, rows of small words appeared directly in front of them. Necromancer. TSK. TSK. Looks like this girl's magic attribute is a necromancer. Wang Kai narrowed his eyes and thought for a while. Then he smiled and said, Xian Ke, do you want to become a dual cultivator? Why are you suddenly asking this? Xian Ke looked at him suspiciously. Ahem. You're a necromancer, but I am a fire magician. That's why I joined the Lorraine Magic Academy. We will study magic separately. But don't worry, I will definitely sneak a peek at you every night. Wang Kai narrowed his eyes and chuckled. Oh, you want to hit on girls? Xian Ke blinked and asked innocently. Hearing this, the corner of Wang Kai's mouth twitched. He said awkwardly, Ahem, no. How could I be hitting on girls? I just want to become a dual cultivator as soon as possible so that I can return to the realm of gods and save the people of Kunlun's field. Congratulations to the host for successfully bragging. You have received 1,000 experience points and 100 bragging points. Actually, I don't mind if you hit on girls. But before you consummate your marriage, you must first with me. Xian Ke lowered her head shyly as she spoke. Her appearance made Wang Kai's heart skip a beat. He thought to himself that when he entered the Lorraine Magic Academy, he must find a chance to eat her. Who knows? He might even be able to find a few blondes to play with as he thought about it. Wang Kai couldn't be more excited. But at the same time, he felt an inexplicable sense of guilt. Why should I feel guilty? As a man, isn't it normal to hit on girls? Moreover, I'm such an awesome man. Wang Kai frowned and comforted himself. Congratulations to the host for successfully bragging. You have received 1,000 experience points and 100 bragging points. Teacher Lily, he did it. He did it. The magic guard led the way, followed by a middle-aged woman in a magic robe. She was tall and proud. At first glance, she was a sensual beauty. She was very aggressive. Blonde hair, blue eyes, 27 years old. TSK. That's the age when you're like a wolf or a tiger. Wang Kai narrowed his eyes and scanned her. He could tell the real age of this beautiful magician. Moreover, his level was actually that of an archmage, one level higher than him. Who are you? Why are you holding the Royal Knight Academy's measuring device? And why are you attacking the Lorraine Magic Academy? Teacher Lily walked in front of him, holding a silver magic staff that was taller than a person. She pushed up her black-rimmed glasses and stared coldly at Wang Kai. Chapter 1126. Oh, respected, beautiful archmage, hello. My name is super handsome Wang Kai. I'm a commoner, but I'm very clear that I'm a magic genius. I came to the Lorraine Magic Academy to show off my magic genius to more people. This measuring device was thrown to me by an unknown female knight. I didn't know it was from the Royal Knight Academy. Please believe me, I'm a very honest child. Bracket, magic genius, bracket is over. Wang Kai squinted his eyes and bowed slightly. Congratulations to the host for successfully bragging. Received 1,000 experience and 100 bragging points. Commoner, super handsome Wang Kai, magic genius, unknown female knight. Archmage Lily frowned and pushed up her black-rimmed glasses. She looked him up and down and nodded. You're not wearing anything special. You should be a commoner from the border, right? What rank are you? Oh, beautiful magician. Don't talk nonsense, just answer. Without waiting for Wang Kai to finish speaking, Archmage Lily coldly interrupted him. Archmage. Wang Kai shrugged and said, What? Heavens, what are you saying? Archmage? I've never seen such a young archmage. I can't teach you here. Go somewhere else. Archmage Lily shook her head and looked at Wang Kai with a sad smile. In her opinion, Wang Kai must be a poor commoner who was stupid enough to think that he was a powerful magician. Archmage Lily, he really is an archmage. Just now, The dean's favorite scenery, the entire forest, was destroyed by his elementary fireball. The mage guard on the side reminded her in a low voice. Oh heavens! How could I have forgotten about it? Archmage Lily covered her mouth and exclaimed. Her delicate body trembled, causing the big white rabbit in front of her chest to sway a few times. Wong Kai was dazzled by the sight. He was like a cat, shaking his head back and forth as he stared and swayed. Why did you attack the Lorraine Magic Academy? It's impossible for a Grand Magus to be just an ordinary civilian. What's your real purpose in joining the Lorraine School of Magic? If you're lying, I'll have no choice but to injure you with magic and hand you over to the Association of Mages to deal with you. After saying this, Archmage Lily raised her magic staff, and with a chant, a large mass of water appeared at the tip of the magic staff. Magic Association? What the hell was that? Hearing this, Wong Kai frowned and spread out his hands. He said helplessly, I'm telling the truth. I'm not a noble, so I can only be considered a commoner. Also, I'm a magus. I joined the Lorraine Magic Academy because I want to be a teacher, just like you. You want to be a mentor? Hearing this, Archmage Lily pushed up her black-rimmed glasses and looked at Wong Kai in a daze. The mage guard on the side was also stunned when he heard this. What element are you a magician of? Which department? How many magic skills did he know? Do you understand the cooperation and utilization of magic? Do you understand the strength of the magic staff and the materials used? Do you know how a magician should fight? Archmage Lily asked. With so many questions, Wong Kai was a bit stunned. He never thought that a magician would have to know so many things. Ahem, which element am I a magician of? Wong Kai frowned and pretended to think. He secretly communicated with the system in his heart. Host, you are of all elements. Water, fire, earth, wind, lightning, darkness, light, and necromancy. You can use all 8 elements. Following the prompt, Wong Kai's lips curled up and he said indifferently, Me? I'm of all elements. I'm not that powerful, just average. It was rare that he didn't brag, but he did show off. On the side, Xianke was a bit stunned. There were too few times when Wong Kai didn't brag, but when he showed off, he was very powerful. All elements? Haha, you really know how to brag. Then release them one by one for me to see. Archmage Lily laughed disdainfully. Learn all 8 elements, 1 for each element. Wong Kai narrowed his eyes and secretly communicated with the system. Congratulations to the host for successfully learning advanced water magic. Water Dragon Bullet. 100 bragging points have been consumed. Congratulations to the host for successfully learning advanced earth magic. Earth Giant. 100 bragging points have been consumed. Congratulations to the host for successfully learning advanced wind magic. Wings of the Wind. 100 bragging points have been consumed. Congratulations to the host for successfully learning advanced lightning magic. Thunder Dragon. 100 bragging points have been consumed. Congratulations to the host for successfully learning advanced darkness magic. Darkness Domain. 100 bragging points have been consumed. Congratulations to the host for successfully learning advanced light magic. Light Healing. 100 bragging points have been consumed. Congratulations to the host for successfully learning advanced necromancy magic. Death Knight. 100 bragging points have been consumed. Congratulations to the host for successfully learning advanced fire magic. Large Fireball. 100 bragging points have been consumed. Host, Wong Kai Profession. Magician Grade. Magic Shooter Magic Skills. Water Dragon Bullet. Earth Giant. Wings of the Wind. Thunder Dragon. Darkness Domain. Light Healing. Death Knight. Large Fireball Magic Equipment. None bragging points. 200 experience. 30004000. Following the continuous notifications, Wong Kai let out a satisfied grunt. After closing the system page, he raised his hand and shouted, Large Fireball. Whoosh. Boom. Suddenly, a meteor-like fireball soared into the sky and flew into the clouds. It exploded and formed a huge mushroom cloud. Water Dragon Bullet. Thunder Dragon. Wings of the Wind. Earth Giant. Darkness Domain. Light Healing. Death Knight. Under the astonished gazes of Archmage Lily and the Magician Guard, one after another, different spells were cast by Wang Kai. Furthermore, from the beginning to the end, he did not take out his magic staff, nor did he chant any spells. However, the magic was indeed being released at a frightening speed. The power was also frightening. It did not seem like a magic shooter, but more like an archmage. How about now? Do you know how powerful Ben Shao is now? Wang Kai had a pair of blue wings of the wind on his back. As they flapped, a gust of wind rose and lifted his body into the air. Moreover, there was a yellow giant standing to the side. It was completely made of earth and rocks. Its eyes flickered with a black light, looking extremely terrifying. And beside the giant, there was a knight wearing armor and holding a spear. He was riding a white-bone warhorse with 4 hooves stepping on a black light. Oh my God, what did I just see? No, Archmage Lily. Archmage Lily cried out in alarm. Her eyes rolled back and she fell to the ground. Scram, I'll help you up. Bang! Wang Kai quickly stepped forward and kicked the magician guard to the ground. He turned around and hugged Archmage Lily, his hand involuntarily pinching the large white rabbit. F***CK Ecstasy. Chapter 11:27. Lorraine Magic Academy. One of the most famous magic academies in the Roha Kingdom. It was managed by a holy magus, Lorraine. Its overall strength was comparable to the Royal Magic Academy. Inside the dean's room, Wang Kai looked at the white-haired Lolita in front of him. Her hair was tied in 2 ponytails. What was even more irresistible was the lollipop in her cherry mouth. She had red pupils and was wearing a sailor suit with black stockings. You are the dean of the Lorraine Magic Academy. Lorraine? It can't be. Wang Kai touched his nose and was stunned. On the sofa, Archmage Lily was still unconscious. Even now, she still hadn't woken up. She had been frightened by Wang Kai's all-elemental magic. What? Judging people by their appearance? Crack! Lorraine bit her teeth and crushed the lollipop. She opened her mouth and spat at Wang Kai. Bang! 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 Wang Kai didn't dodge because he knew from the beginning that the lollipop wasn't aimed at him. Instead, it went past him and stabbed into the wall behind him. A holy magus is equivalent to a Dao, celestial realm expert. Her strength is similar to Feng Liyan. Wang Kai narrowed his eyes and secretly smiled. If he wanted to block her attack, it would be easy. He could even capture this Lolita with a wave of his hand. But Wang Kai was very clear that in order to pick up girls and show off, he had to be low-key. Was that magic just now? Wang Kai touched his nose and pretended to look at her with admiration, asking in surprise. Of course it was magic. Air magic compressing the air to attack. What happened just now was nothing. If you don't behave in the academy, I can compress the atmosphere and shoot you to death. Lorraine snorted and raised her slender hand. She snapped her fingers and a new lollipop suddenly appeared in her hand. This is space magic, Lorraine said faintly. She put the lollipop in her mouth and crossed her legs. She sat on the chair and looked at Wang Kai. You should be clear now that you have space magic, air magic, and forbidden nature magic. If you want to do bad things in the academy, you could die at any time. Lorraine's arms were on the table. Her soft hands were supporting her chin. Her red eyes looked at Wang Kai. Only now did Wang Kai understand that this lowly dean was trying to show off to him. She was warning him to behave himself. Also, what the hell was that space magic, air magic, and forbidden nature magic? You don't seem to be chanting magic spells, Lord Fazhen? Wang Kai narrowed his eyes and asked playfully. No, air magic, space magic, and nature magic are forbidden magic. Of course, nature magic is used by the elves, but forbidden nature magic is rarely used by the elves. You don't have the qualifications to know these things. When you have the ability to meet an elf who can use forbidden nature magic, you will understand, Lorraine said faintly. Understand when I meet her? Wouldn't I be at a disadvantage then? This lowly seemed to be very two-faced. Moreover, she was very good at showing off. Wang Kai narrowed his eyes and laughed inwardly. Her so-called space magic, air magic, and forbidden nature magic were the so-called forbidden nature magic. He didn't know what they were, so he couldn't use them. However, the ability to travel through space and compress air was simply too easy for a heaven-opening realm cultivator in the cultivation god world to use. You are now a high mage of all elements. Do you practice forbidden magic? Lorraine's large eyes narrowed. A bloody light flashed in them. Hearing this, Wang Kai was startled. Could it be that fire, lightning, and other types of magic also had forbidden magic skills? Looking at Loli's words, it seemed to be the case. No, I haven't. I only know advanced magic of the 8 elements. Wang Kai shrugged and spoke the truth. It doesn't matter if what you say is true or false. Forbidden magic is not allowed to be used without permission. If you practice it, you can choose to hide it now, but you must not use it. Otherwise, I won't let you off. Lorraine said indifferently. Little sister Lorraine, your hair is so beautiful. Let me touch it. Whoosh! Suddenly, Wang Kai's figure disappeared. When he reappeared, he was already beside Loli. He sat on the table and rubbed her head with one hand. Didn't you just say that you don't know forbidden magic? Then what is this space magic? Lorraine's eyes darkened. With a crunch, she bit the lollipop and turned to look at Wang Kai. A bloody light flashed in her eyes. Is this considered space magic? This is a kind of agility martial art, cough, agility skill. It can reach the level of teleportation. It's not as powerful as shuttling through space. Wang Kai shrugged and said with a faint smile. Just now, he couldn't help but use a movement martial skill. Once he used a movement martial skill with heaven-opening strength, it wouldn't be an exaggeration to say that it was teleportation. It might even surpass teleportation. Are you a Lilicon? Lorraine frowned and stared at Wang Kai. She raised her hand and slapped his hand away. She said faintly, I'm sorry, but I'm already over 1,000 years old. Because I've been practicing 2 types of forbidden magic, I look like a 12 or 13-year-old girl. Wang Kai's mouth twitched. Thinking about it, if Lorraine was really a teenage girl, how could she become the principal of a magic academy? It seemed that forbidden magic wasn't something that could be practiced just because one wanted to. Powerful things often had a price. I'm not a Lilicon. Don't worry, split open your legs and let me show. Suddenly, before Wang Kai could finish speaking, he saw the little Loli open her mouth and spit. Moreover, this time it was aimed at him. Shwa! Bang, bang, bang. Just when Lorraine thought that she would definitely hit him, Wang Kai's figure disappeared once again. When he reappeared, he was already sitting on the sofa. Moreover, he was holding the unconscious Archmage Lily in his arms. Are you a big sister complex? Do you like big ones? Lorraine looked at Wang Kai with a heavy heart. She had personally tested it once, and the body skill he spoke of wasn't able to harm him at such a close distance. Just how powerful was that body skill? Could it also be forbidden magic? I'm not a big sister complex. However, do like big ones, but I also like small ones, especially flat ones, hee. Wang Kai shrugged and said with a smile. As he spoke, his hand was already mischievously placed on Archmage Lily's large white rabbit. Chapter 1128. Lily is a very conservative and stupid woman. If she knew that you did this to her while she was unconscious, she would jump into a river and kill herself. Pata! Lorraine snapped her fingers and took out a new lollipop and put it in her mouth. She looked at Wang Kai and said, is it that serious? Wang Kai grinned when he heard this and quickly placed Archmage Lily on the sofa. He couldn't just watch her jump into the river, right? It was a pity that she had such a good figure and such a beautiful face. If he wanted her to let him take advantage of her, he would have to put in a lot of effort. I don't care what you want to do after entering the Lorraine Magic Academy, but you are indeed a magic genius. There is only one all-element mage in the Roha continent. He is also the dean of the Royal Magic Academy, and he is also my teacher. Tell me, what class do you want to teach? Lorraine asked faintly. There is only one all-element mage, the dean of the Royal Magic Academy. This Loli is the teacher of the dean? The Royal Knight Academy and the Royal Magic Academy, are they better than the Lorraine Magic Academy? Wang Kai touched his nose and asked in surprise. The Royal Knight Academy and the Royal Magic Academy are directly under the royal family. In terms of authority, they're a lot higher than my Magic Academy, but their overall strength is about the same. Lorraine said faintly. So, one is state-owned and the other is privately owned? Which class has more beauties? Wong Kai narrowed his eyes and smiled. You want to pick up girls? Lorraine asked in surprise. Do you have to be so direct? Every time? Big sister complex, Lullicon, and now you want to pick up girls. I think that teaching female students is easier. Well, a powerful magic teacher like me naturally has to teach female students, and they have to be beauties at that. Wong Kai shrugged and said as if it was a matter of fact. Congratulations to the host for successfully bragging. You received 1,000 experience and 100 bragging points. Congratulations to the host for successfully leveling up and becoming a magister. Host, Wong Kai profession, magician rank, magister magic, water dragon, earth giant, wings of the wind, lightning dragon, darkness domain, light healing, death knight, great fireball magic equipment. None bragging points. 300 experience. 01000100000 experience points. The corner of Wong Kai's mouth twitched slightly. He simply activated his will and closed it. Then go teach Undead Class 5. That class is full of beauties. Yes, problem children. If you can teach them well, I can arrange a special class for you. All the beauties in the school will teach you, Lorraine said calmly. Undead Class 5? Problem child? Upon hearing this, Wong Kai's eyes narrowed slightly. As long as it was a beauty, he did not care if she had any problems. With this thought in mind, he nodded and said, No problem. I have always been known as a model teacher. Teaching students is what I am best at. Congratulations to the host for successfully bragging. You have received 1,000 experience points and 100 bragging points. Oh, by the way, there's no salary. I can only provide you with food and accommodation, Lorraine said calmly. What? As soon as she said this, the corner of Wong Kai's mouth suddenly twitched. He looked at her speechlessly and thought to himself, this is really black-hearted. She doesn't even give me a salary? However, thinking about it, he should be able to get the gold coins circulating in this world from the system, right? Moreover, it did not matter if he had gold coins or not. That girlfriend of yours has already joined the necromancy class. Yeah, she's been assigned to class 1. She's a genius in necromancy, so it's reasonable for her to join the strongest class, Lorraine said faintly. Xian Ku had joined the Undead Class 1, and the class he was teaching was the Undead Class 5, the class of problem children. There are many rules in the Magic Academy. Later, go find the Discipline Master and ask him to tell you the rules that you should follow. You can leave now. After Principal Lowly ordered him to leave, Wong Kai shrugged and smiled at her. He said, Have you had papapa? Papapa? What does papapa mean? Lorraine asked in surprise. She, who had always been calm, was also intrigued. Oh, it's a slap. Wong Kai chuckled. With a tap of his foot, his figure disappeared. And you said it wasn't space magic. The doors here are all closed. Lorraine stood up in shock and furrowed her brows. After thinking for a bit, she suddenly said, Archmage Lily, you should wake up. Stop pretending. Does it feel good to be touched? Ah, Archmage Lily, who had been lying unconscious on the sofa, suddenly sat up in shock. She pushed up her black-rimmed glasses and was a bit shy. He is a genius in all fields and is also an instructor of the academy like me. He also looks pretty good. Archmage Lily said shyly. If Wong Kai heard this, he would definitely cheer out loud. He had thought that it would take a lot of effort to woo her, but there was no need at all. It had to be said that geniuses were always worshipped. But we don't know where he came from. Even if what he said was true, he's just a commoner. There's no way he can be with a noble like you. Don't even think about it. Lorraine poured a bucket of cold water on her. Archmage Lily immediately felt bitter about this. She pushed up her black-rimmed glasses and thought for a bit before saying, I hope that he is a magician with a noble status. Then he is a dangerous magician of unknown origin who sneaked into the academy. If this is true, I will definitely not forgive him. Lorraine said faintly. But Principal, all right, you two cannot walk together, but you can have papapa. Lorraine said faintly. Papapa? Slap? Principal, what are you talking about? Archmage Lily rolled her eyes and was a bit unhappy. Pa means go to bed. That stinking brat really thinks that I don't know anything. He even dares to tease me. Lorraine snorted with disdain. What? Go, go, go to bed. Archmage Lily's face turned red when she heard this. Her eyes rolled back and she fainted again on the sofa. At the same time, Wong Kai didn't go to find the discipline master. Instead, he asked the other students and arrived outside the 5th class. Moreover, the 5th class was currently having a magic class. Looking through the glass, Wong Kai's eyes suddenly bulged. Beauties, all of them were beautiful, but there were only 5 people in total. Moreover, the 5 beautiful necromancers wearing magic robes had summoned 5 skeletons. They held bronze swords and were chasing a male teacher in the classroom. Heavens! Teacher, how do we make the skeleton soldiers stop? Teacher, you have to be careful. If you get cut, you will lose your life. Chapter 1129. Hey, your house is pretty big. Wong Kai was standing in front of the entrance of a manor that exuded the aura of a noble. He was very surprised as he looked at the large area and the castle-like building. It's not that big, let's go. Archmage Lily was a bit disappointed when she heard this. It seemed like Wong Kai was really a commoner. Otherwise, how could he be so unfamiliar with a noble's manor? She didn't know that Wong Kai was only a bit surprised. In the cultivation world, the large sects, large families, and even the divine palaces that he had seen were much higher in quality than this place. It was just that a noble's manor was very different. What do you want me to help you with? Wong Kai rubbed his nose as he followed behind her. He looked around while casually asking this. I just want you to... Fuck, there's a fountain? The one in charge of the fountain is actually a statue of a woman. What is your family's design concept? Do you use urine as ornaments? Without waiting for Archmage Lily to finish speaking, Wong Kai, who had walked to the center of the manor, pointed at a large circular fountain in front of him and loudly exclaimed, "This, I didn't want to design it like this." Archmage Lily's face was a bit red. Indeed, it was better not to mention this. Once someone deliberately mentioned it, as a woman, she would naturally feel that it was very unsightly. Powerful, powerful. There are even a few children with long hair down there, using their hands to catch the water. Wong Kai rubbed his nose as he praised. Archmage Lily became even more shy as she quickly walked forward and said in a low voice, "Let's go. I need your help." "Oh, you can need me. I've always belonged to you." Wong Kai replied with a smile as he quickly followed. Hearing this, Archmage Lily became even more shy. She secretly spat and felt her face become very hot. There are quite a few servants in your house." When they arrived at the castle, they could clearly see that there were over 100 young women in maid outfits standing in 2 rows at the entrance. Their respectful expressions and slightly lowered heads were clearly welcoming Archmage Lily's return. "Miss Lily." Sure enough, when Archmage Lily walked closer, over 100 maids bowed and greeted her. Only when Archmage Lily entered the castle did they dare to raise their heads. They are the servants of the manor. They were originally commoners. Archmage Lily said in disappointment. She was most afraid that Wong Kai was also a commoner. Just by looking at those maids, one could tell that in the magic world, nobles were the gods. Commoners were no different from slaves. They didn't have any status at all. With such a great disparity, how could they walk together? Archmage Lily was very vexed, but she didn't know what to say to Wong Kai. She was even more embarrassed to ask if he was a commoner. The servants I'm talking about are the same as slaves. Your family is very powerful, right? Nobles with titles, right? Wong Kai shrugged and smiled faintly. Yes, my father is a count. Archmage Lily nodded and seriously looked at Wong Kai. She wanted to see what kind of expression he would have. However, she found that Wong Kai only curled his lips in disdain and didn't have any other reaction. Heavens, he isn't a commoner. He even looks down on the title of count. What is his identity? Is he a duke of another country? Or a lord with his own territory? If he really is, am I worthy of him? All kinds of thoughts flashed through Archmage Lily's mind. Before, she thought that Wong Kai was a commoner and felt disappointed. Now that she thought that he was a duke and lord, she suddenly became worried. If Wong Kai knew what she was thinking, Wouldn't he burst out laughing? Your house is like a palace. It's not bad. Wang Kai casually looked around and nodded in praise. It had to be said that a noble's house was very high-end. Paintings, antiques, exquisite decorations. They were everywhere. Moreover, the decorations were all gold, making it look magnificent. All the decorations matched the gold decorations. If it wasn't gold, then it was silver. It was a great match. There were even knight armors and holy swords as decorations. He followed Archmage Lily up the stairs to the second floor. What greeted him was a large portrait. It was a very handsome knight sitting on a chair with a holy sword in his hand. He looked very impressive. This was my father when he was young. At that time, he was only a normal noble. Through hard work, he slowly became a count and had his own manor and knight army. Archmage Lily pointed at the portrait and smiled. Wang Kai grinned when he heard this. No wonder Archmage Lily was so beautiful. Her bloodline was very good. At least the young knight in the portrait was handsome enough. Then one on the third floor wouldn't be your mother, right? As they continued to climb the stairs, halfway up, they saw a large portrait at the top of the stairs. The portrait was of a blonde beauty with big breasts. She looked very similar to Archmage Lily. Yes, this is a portrait of my mother when she was young. At that time, she was a very outstanding water mage. However, when I was very young, she unfortunately failed and passed away because she practiced forbidden magic. After saying this, Archmage Lily's eyes dimmed. She pursed her red lips and quickly walked past the portrait. She loved her mother very much, but her mother's death made her miss her. At the same time, she was afraid of thinking about her mother. This was because every time she thought about her, it was very painful. Wang Kai rubbed his nose. He really wanted to slap himself. Was he trying to pick up a girl? This was simply touching the pot that didn't boil. It seemed like no matter what he saw, he couldn't ask blindly. This is the study. The thing I want you to help me with is to see if you can open an all-element forbidden magic book. When Archmage Lily pushed open the gold inlaid door, what entered his eyes were dozens of 5 to 6 meter tall bookshelves filled with books. The servants who were cleaning inside all needed to step on ladders to clean up the dust. As expected of a count's house, even the study is so stylish. Wang Kai grinned and secretly praised in his heart. He followed her to the deepest part of the study and arrived in front of a long table. On the table, there was an iron box. On the box, there were 8 patterns. Looking carefully, they were the 8 major elements of magic. For example, fire, water, lightning, skeleton, etc. A taboo magic book requires a mage of all elements to open it. Give it a try and see if you can open it. If you can't, then you must quickly stop or you will die. Archmage Lily nervously looked at Wang Kai as she spoke. Chapter 1130. Forbidden Magic Book? If it wasn't done properly, he would have to die? Hearing this, Wang Kai's brows twisted and his face darkened. He looked at her speechlessly and asked, "Did you ask me to help you, or did you ask me to die? Is there anyone who asks for help like this?" Archmage Lily shyly lowered her head and pursed her red lips. She said in an apologetic voice, "Didn't I just say that if I couldn't open it, I should have stopped? I didn't want you to die." Seeing her bashful appearance, Wang Kai was speechless. It was clear that her thoughts were exposed, and she was embarrassed. "You asked me to risk my life to help you open the forbidden magic book. Let's not talk about what will happen if I die. If I don't die, how will you thank me?" Wang Kai narrowed his eyes and asked her, "Shua." Hearing this, Archmage Lily immediately raised her head and stared at Wang Kai without blinking. She seriously said, "I'm willing to be your lover. I'll never leave you. I'll only love you. For you, I'm also willing to die. I swear on the water god." Lover, willing to die for him. Wang Kai's expression froze when he heard this. Lover, it should mean the so-called wife, right? He didn't think that this Archmage Lily would be so loyal. She was willing to die for him. She even swore on the water god that she practiced. It had to be known that in the magic world, the god of magic was the strongest, the belief of all nobles. "All right, I'll help you open it. Don't forget your oath. This isn't Ben Shao forcing you or scheming against you. I'm using my life to help you, and you're using yourself to repay me. Fair and square. Wang Kai shrugged and immediately nodded in agreement. This could be said to be truly going all out. This had already surpassed the limits of picking up girls. He had already heard about the forbidden magic book from Principal Lorraine. Forbidden magic was the most powerful. Moreover, Wang Kai didn't know how powerful this forbidden magic book was. If it had the power of a magic god, then even if he was in the heaven-opening realm, he would still be in danger. However, since she had already sworn an oath, it was worth it. If he didn't, wouldn't he be mocked by her for being a coward? How unmanly would that be? I've already sworn that whether you die or not, I'm yours. If you really die, I'll never find a second person. Archmage Lily nodded seriously. I haven't even started yet. Can you stop saying the word die? Wang Kai said rather speechlessly. However, he was very curious in his heart. Why was she so persistent? Why did she have to practice forbidden magic? Didn't her mothers die to practice? Wait, she doesn't want you to die's death. Finish what her mother couldn't? Wang Kai stared blankly and seriously looked at her. For a moment, he hesitated. If that was really what she was thinking, what would happen if he successfully opened the taboo magic book and she learned the taboo magic and died, just like her mother? At that time, not only would he not get the girl, but he would also become a murderer. How bad would that be? You going to go back on your word? If so, I won't blame you. You have the right to protect your own life. Archmage Lily said with a smile, not showing any disappointment or displeasure. She even let out a sigh of relief. She didn't want Wang Kai to take this risk. I've always been a man of my word. I won't go back on my word. Keeping my word is my motto, but before that, I need to ask you a question. You have to answer me seriously. You're not allowed to lie. Do you understand? Wang Kai narrowed his eyes and looked deeply at her as he spoke. Congratulations to host for successfully bragging. You've received 1,000 experience and 100 bragging points. I promise you. Archmage Lily stared blankly before her eyes flickered. She already had a premonition of what Wang Kai was going to ask. Do you want to finish what your mother couldn't? Wang Kai frowned and lightly said, Yes, my mother was a very outstanding magician and had never failed. She only failed once in her life and lost her life. I don't want her to fail, so I want to succeed for her. Archmage Lily nodded and said seriously, So it was like this? Wang Kai secretly sighed when he heard this. He looked at her and asked, You won't hesitate to practice forbidden magic and die? That's not it. I'll find Principal Lorraine to teach me. Archmage Lily said, Bullshit. You really want to practice forbidden magic? Then if you really die, won't the reward I risked my life to help you be gone? After all this time, are you trying to trick me? Wang Kai's face darkened as he unhappily snorted. I know. I'll first marry you and have a child. After that, after your grandpa, after I get married and have a child, you close your eyes and leave. Am I supposed to be alone in my boudoir? Wang Kai said rather speechlessly. That. No, if I can't practice it successfully and I don't have the confidence, I will give up. Archmage Lily said shyly. Stop bullshitting. Who has 100% confidence in practicing forbidden magic? Tell me one. Isn't it that Principal Lorraine you mentioned? She's just a little lowly. Didn't she become like a child because she practiced forbidden magic? Wang Kai waved his hand and said with disdain. What do you mean by bullshitting? Archmage Lily asked in confusion. It's just a joke. Forcefully saying that you don't have it is. Bah, why am I telling you this? In short, I need to practice forbidden magic first. Once I understand it, I'll teach you, Wang Kai said with a frown. With the system around, it would be a piece of cake for him to successfully learn forbidden magic and find the trick to it. You're actually willing to do this for me. Heavens, you really move me. I really didn't misjudge you. You are a kind magician, a handsome boy. Archmage Lily was so moved that her eyes turned red. Black lines appeared on Wang Kai's forehead. If he had to risk his life every time in order to get a woman's approval, then he would rather be a bachelor for the rest of his life. What bullshitting. How many times in a person's life can they be lucky? Can they survive every time they risk their life? Cough, cough. There's no other way. Who told me to love you so much? Who told me to be so kind? Who told me to be so, Suddenly, before Wang Kai could finish speaking, Archmage Lily hugged him and took the initiative to stand on her tiptoes and give him a kiss. This kiss stunned Wang Kai. Chapter 1131. There was no chance of failure or death. 100% success rate. Hearing the prompt, Wang Kai smiled proudly, thinking that his guess was right. He shrugged and said in his mind, "Practice this death summoning. When the time comes, I'll be able to summon tens of millions of undead. When I attack, the weather will change." Congratulations to the host for successfully bragging. You've received 1,000 experience and 100 bragging points. Congratulations to the host for successfully learning the forbidden magic, Death Summon. You spent 1,000 bragging points. Host, Wang Kai profession, Magician rank, Magician magic skills, Water Dragon Bullet, Earth Giant, Wings of the Wind, Lightning Dragon, Darkness Domain, Light Healing, Death Knight, Large Fireball, Death Summon Magic Equipment. None bragging points, 200 experience, 900010000. Hearing the notification, Wang Kai was elated. He turned to look at Magician Lily. Just as he was about to show off, he noticed that her eyes had turned white. Furthermore, there was a circle of gray magic formation under her feet. The aura of the undead rushed towards her and engulfed her body. F*CK. Didn't you say you wanted to find the little lowly to teach you? Wang Kai's face darkened. He anxiously stood to the side, not knowing how to interrupt her. He already knew very little about magic. Forbidden magic was even more pitiful. It was better to say that he didn't know anything. What if he interrupted her practice of forbidden magic? What would he do? F*CK. If I had known earlier, I would have kept an eye on her. Wang Kai was speechless. Suddenly, Magician Lily hugged her head and squatted on the ground. Blood flowed out of her orifices as she screamed. Seeing this, Wang Kai's heart clenched. He hurriedly asked, "Is there any way to stop her? Is there any?" Host, the system cannot interfere with anyone other than you. I'm asking you if there's any way to stop her. Wang Kai shouted with a dark face. Host, you only need to knock her out. This will cost 200 bragging points. Host, Wang Kai profession, Magician grade, Magister magic skills, Water Dragon Bullet, Earth Giant, Wings of Wind, Lightning Dragon, Darkness Domain, Light Healing, Death Knight, Fireball, Death Summon. Magic Equipment, none bragging points, 0 experience. 900010000. Hearing the system notification, as well as the system information that appeared in front of him, his bragging points had been reduced to 0, and he had returned to his previous state. However, Wang Kai wasn't in the mood to care about this. He quickly reached out with his hand and chopped at Archmage Lily's neck. Bang! Using his heaven-opening cultivation, the undead aura around Archmage Lily didn't have any ability to resist. Wang Kai picked up the unconscious Archmage Lily. Seeing her face covered in blood, his heart ached. He had just gotten this girl and hadn't even had a chance to warm her up before she almost died. If she really died in an accident, Wang Kai would definitely feel guilty for the rest of his life. After all, it was Wang Kai who helped her open the taboo magic book. This was undoubtedly an indirect murder. You've done well, Wang. Suddenly, space was torn open and the little lowly Principal Lorraine walked out. Seeing Archmage Lily in Wang Kai's arms, she let out a sigh of relief. Not bad, Grandpa. Since you already knew she would practice taboo magic, why didn't you pass it earlier? Fuck, it's all thanks to this daddy's quick wit. Wang Kai's face darkened as he coldly snorted in displeasure. Congratulations to the host for successfully bragging. You've received 1,000 experience and 100 bragging points. Congratulations to the host for successfully leveling up and becoming a sacred magus. Host, Wang Kai profession, Magician grade, Sacred Magus magic skill, Death Summon magic equipment. None bragging points, 100 experience. 010000. Wang Kai casually glanced at the system page and closed it with a thought. His experience didn't increase, but the high-level magic had all disappeared. It was probably the same as when he was in the cultivation god world. His level was too low to be recorded by the system. "Give her to me, I'll take her to be healed," the little lowly said with a smile. She stepped forward and carried Archmage Lily away, disappearing from space. Wong Kai naturally didn't stop her. He didn't know much about magic, but this little lowly was the principal of a magic academy. She naturally knew more than him. "Host, you can practice the sacred level healing technique and heal her." Hearing the prompt, Wong Kai's mouth fiercely twitched. He really wanted to give the system a few slaps. If he healed her himself, he could take advantage of the situation. Damn it. She was directly taken away by the little lowly. "Taboo magic, do you have it?" "All of them." Wong Kai furrowed his brows and asked with a thought. Since taboo magic was so awesome in the magic world, he naturally had to practice all of them. "Host, there's a type of taboo magic. With your current magic level, one requires 500 bragging points." Hearing the prompt, Wong Kai's brows twitched. He had just learned the taboo magic, Death Summon, and it had already cost him 1,000 bragging points. Now it had become 500. It seemed that it had something to do with him leveling up to Sacred Magus. "I only have 100 bragging points now. To learn a taboo magic, I still need to brag 4 times. To learn the remaining 7 types of taboo magic, I still need to brag 35 times. If I want to learn air, space, and nature taboo magic, I still need to brag 15 times." As he calculated, Wong Kai's face gradually darkened. If he were to brag all at once, wouldn't he vomit blood? "My dick is big." Congratulations to the host for successfully bragging. You have received 1,000 experience and 100 bragging points. I have F asterisk kid 10,000 beauties. Congratulations to the host for successfully bragging. You have received 1,000 experience and 100 bragging points. I have F asterisk kid 7 fairies. Congratulations to the host for successfully bragging. You have received 1,000 experience and 100 bragging points. A virgin, blew up an entire universe. Congratulations to the host for successfully bragging. You have received 1,000 experience and 100 bragging points. After bragging 4 times, Wong Kai grinned and smiled proudly. Let's learn a taboo magic of air. It looks very cool when I use it. It's a great tool for picking up girls. Congratulations to the host for successfully learning the taboo magic, air compression. You have spent a total of 500 bragging points. Host, Wong Kai profession, magician grade, sacred magus magic skills, death summon, air compression magic equipment. None bragging points. 0 experience. For 0001000, what's the use of magic equipment? Wong Kai frowned and asked. Host, magic equipment can increase the power of your magic. For example, you are now a sacred magus. If you use taboo magic, you can heavily injure a sacred magus. However, with the help of the magic equipment, you can directly kill a sacred magus. Hearing the notification, Wong Kai shrugged his shoulders and smiled faintly. Let's get an awesome magic staff. Host, with your current magic level, you will need to spend 500 bragging points to obtain a holy tier magic staff, 1,000 bragging points to obtain a holy tier magic staff, and 10,000 bragging points to obtain a divine tier magic staff. Thank you, friend. Those who are considerate, please give me a tip. It's been a long time since I've received a tip. I cried my heart out. I'm full of energy. I intend to update more. Chapter 1132. So you're saying that if I want to get a Saint grade magic staff, I still have to brag 5 times? Wong Kai's mouth twitched. Without a beautiful woman present, and without any urgent situation, Wong Kai really did not want to brag to death. Host, with your current magic level, if you use a Saint grade magic staff, you might be able to kill a Saint grade wizard tutor. If you use a Saint grade magic staff, you will definitely be able to kill a Saint grade wizard tutor. Hearing the temptation of the hint, Wong Kai pursed his lips, his heart filled with disdain. If he wanted to kill a Saint grade wizard tutor, it would be enough to use the strength of a heaven-opening realm. Even a magic god would be able to beat him until he was looking for his teeth on the ground. Thinking of this, Wang Kai's requirements were not so high. I will destroy the heavens, earth, and air, and destroy the atmosphere. Congratulations to the host for successfully bragging. You have received 1,000 experience and 100 bragging points. I have a date with the Queen Mother. Congratulations to the host for successfully bragging. You have received 1,000 experience and 100 bragging points. The mysterious maiden of the 9 heavens and I were once Tao companions. Congratulations to the host for successfully bragging. You have received 1,000 experience and 100 bragging points. I'm a man like the wind, a handsome man like a goddess. Congratulations to the host for successfully bragging. You have received 1,000 experience and 100 bragging points. If you want to ask who is the most awesome person in the 7 universes, if I say I am second, no one would dare to say they are first. Congratulations to the host for successfully bragging. You have received 1,000 experience and 100 bragging points. After he finished bragging, Wang Kai shrugged and smiled indifferently. This is just the tip of the iceberg. Ben Xiao's strength is beyond your imagination. Even in the 7 universes, no one's dick is as thick as mine. This is a gift. Congratulations to the host for successfully bragging. You have received 1,000 experience and 100 bragging points. Congratulations to the host for successfully leveling up and becoming a Saint-grade wizard tutor. Host, Wang Kai profession, magician grade, Saint-grade wizard magic skills, death summon, air compression magic equipment. None bragging points, 600 experience, 01000 simple. Wang Kai raised his eyebrows slightly and smiled faintly. With my current level, how many bragging points would it take to get a holy grade magic staff? Host, with your current level, you only need 500 bragging points to obtain a holy grade magic staff. Take it down. Congratulations to the host for obtaining the holy tier magic staff, God's Fury. Total cost, 500 bragging points. 1. As the system notification disappeared, a crystal staff as tall as a person appeared in Wang Kai's hand. The magic staff looked similar to the magic staff used by Tang Sanzang, except that it was made of crystal. It looked very exquisite. Host, Wang Kai class, magician grade, sacred magister magic skills, death call, air compression magic equipment, God's Fury bragging points, 100 experience, 01000. Casually glancing at the system information, Wang Kai smiled rather proudly and said, a holy grade magus, coupled with a holy grade magic staff, can release forbidden magic. Can it beat a mage god? Host, with your current level, you have a 50% chance of killing Lord Fazhan. A 50% chance. Wang Kai's face darkened when he heard the system notification. What's the difference between this and not saying anything? Miss Lily's guest. Are you all right? Suddenly, a maid who was cleaning the study stared blankly at Wang Kai. From the beginning, she had heard him bragging to himself. Moreover, the words he bragged about were related to that aspect of men. The maid's face turned red and her beautiful eyes were in a daze. In her opinion, Wang Kai was definitely crazy. Cough, cough, come here. Wang Kai turned around and looked at her awkwardly. He saw that she was only in her 20s. Her long red hair was tied up, and she was wearing a maid's uniform. Although her figure was not considered good, her face was rather beautiful. For a moment, he had a perverted thought. What do you want me to do? The maid walked over fearfully. You are a maid in Archmage Lily's house, and I'm an honored guest of Archmage Lily. I'm no worse than a count, and my status is very high. I'm also a sacred level mage. Wang Kai narrowed his eyes and said faintly, congratulations to the host for successfully bragging. You have gained 1,000 experience and 100 bragging points. Honorable magician, how are you? Do you have any orders? The maid was so frightened that she lowered her head. She did not dare to disbelieve him. After all, she was a friend that Miss Lily had personally invited. Come, help me solve this. I just had an ambiguous relationship with your family's Miss Lily. Now I'm a little flustered. Do you understand? Wang Kai narrowed his eyes and smiled playfully. Ah, I understand. When the maid heard this, her face turned as red as blood. As a maid in a noble manner, she naturally understood what a noble wanted the most. Under Wang Kai's astonished gaze, the maid walked over and knelt in front of him. She stretched out her white, jade-like hands and untied. Finally, she swallowed it. Hiss! The ecstasy caused Wang Kai to suck in a breath of cold air. He had originally intended to say it casually. Who would have thought that the circle of nobles would be so chaotic? As a maid, she understood with a little bit. Cough, cough. Forget about it. Using my mouth is enough. Wang Kai narrowed his eyes and thought to himself in enjoyment. After almost an hour, Wang Kai was finally released comfortably. Furthermore, he saw with his own eyes that the thing that he had spat out was all swallowed into the maid's stomach. Even the corner of her mouth was licked clean by her tongue. This is a good teaching. Wang Kai sighed inwardly. Nobles were really awesome. It looked like he really had to get a noble title. It would be best if he could get a territory or something. Little lowly, give me some gold coins. I need them urgently. Give me 1,000,000 or so. I'll return them to you soon. Wang Kai narrowed his eyes and directly used the strength of the heaven-opening realm to send a secret sound transmission to the little lowly Lorraine's mind. Very quickly, the little lowly Lorraine walked out of the space with a face full of shock. How did you contact me just now? I was at the Church of Light just now. It's tens of thousands of miles away from here. The little lowly asked in shock. All right, give me the gold coins. Wang Kai waved his hand and said, I have 300,000 gold coins here. Return them to me as soon as possible. This is all I have. The little lowly reluctantly took out a bag. Hearing this, the corner of Wang Kai's mouth twitched. He didn't expect that a dignified divine archmage's entire fortune would be 300,000 gold coins. It looked like the magic world was really short on gold coins. Take it. It should be enough for you to redeem yourself and return home to live the life you want. Right? Wang Kai didn't even look and directly put the bag in the hands of the maid. Heavens! You want to give all these gold coins to me? The maid was stunned. She was instantly stupefied. She was about to go crazy. On the side, the little lowly was also stupefied. You're not joking, right? Redeeming her with a few hundred gold coins is enough. The little lowly bit her lips and said with heartache, I'm not joking. These are all yours. If you have any problems, you can come to the Lorraine Magic Academy to find me. If anyone bullies you, just tell me directly. Wang Kai shrugged his shoulders. For the sake of safety, he secretly released a stream of energy and hid it in the maid's body. 300,000 gold coins was indeed too much. At first, he didn't think that leaving it with her would inevitably bring disaster to her. But since he had already given it away, he couldn't go back on his word. Right? Heavens! Thank you. Thank you, sir. The maid kept kowtowing in gratitude. Seeing this, the corner of Wang Kai's mouth twitched. He hurriedly took a step forward, hugged the little lowly in his arms, and disappeared from the space. Damn Lullicon, where are you grabbing? Bastard! Let go of me. I hope that fellow cultivators will be able to catch up. Top quality options system. I really need to catch up on the results of my new book. I need recommendation tickets. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Chapter 1133. The Church of Light. Far away in the Light City, it was a place ruled by the church. It was independent of the kingdom and wasn't under the control of the Roja Palace. Some of its power was even above the kingdom. Wang Kai, who was holding the little lowly, followed the path she came from and soon arrived at a room in the Church of Light. The unconscious Archmage Lily was lying on a wooden bed. Beside the bed stood an old woman wearing a silver light magic robe. He was holding a magic staff and pointing it above Archmage Lily, releasing a layer of golden light. The light sprinkled down and illuminated her body. It was clear that the blood on her face was gone and her weak aura recovered a lot. Damn Lullicon, let go of me! The little lowly clenched her teeth and angrily pushed Wang Kai away. She took a few steps back, and her eyes were filled with fear. It was as if Wang Kai was going to eat her. What are you afraid of? You're more than 1,000 years old, and you're still so shy? Wang Kai curled his lips and said with disdain, I don't like children. The little lowly said with disdain, Don't like children. Hearing this, Wang Kai rubbed his nose and looked at her playfully. He laughed and said, Look at yourself. You call me a child. My age is enough to ruin both of you. Congratulations to the host for successfully bragging. You gained 1,000 experience and 100 bragging points. Listening to the prompt, Wang Kai was secretly embarrassed. If he didn't use the system to restore his age to 18, he would at most be around 30. But this little lowly was more than 1,000 years old. Be quiet. Don't disturb my healing, okay? The old woman didn't turn her head and reminded them. In this regard, Wang Kai shrugged his shoulders and no longer paid attention to the little lowly. Hurry up and tell me, when did you learn forbidden space magic? Also, how did you contact me just now? The little lowly asked in a low voice. Her eyes were fixed on him. They were tens of thousands of miles apart, and they could talk to each other. The little lowly was unable to accept this. She had never seen such a powerful ability before. Is this magic world really that weak? With my battle prowess at the heaven-opening realm, I can probably destroy countless law gods with a wave of my hand, right? Wang Kai rubbed his nose, feeling rather speechless. He couldn't even use the secret telepathy ability. He was really too weak. Host, the heaven-opening realm is equivalent to the magic god realm. This so-called equivalent only represents the peak power of a realm. Above the magic god realm is the god realm. You need to go through hundreds of levels before you can reach the heaven-opening realm. Hearing the notification, Wang Kai was startled, and his face immediately darkened. He secretly urged his mind to ask, Then according to what you said, I still have to increase by several hundred levels before I can become a dual cultivator god. Host, that's not the case. Your body doesn't belong to the magic world, so you don't need to reach the peak of the god realm like Azura, which is the creation god realm. You only need to reach the magic god realm to become a dual cultivator god. Similarly, your soul belongs to Earth, so when you're on Earth, you need to reach a higher level than in the magic world. But in the end, you no longer belong to Earth, but to the god cultivation realm. If you want to obtain the ability to go to other worlds, you need to reach the highest level where you belong. Wang Kai suddenly came to a realization as the notifications rang one after another in detail. Even if he was reborn from Earth to the god cultivation realm, his body belonged to the god cultivation realm. From the moment he was reborn, he was completely a person of the god cultivation realm. If he wanted to become a dual cultivator god, he had to go to other universes. For example, in the magic world, the requirement was to reach the peak of his own universe, which was the heaven-opening realm. And in the magic world, as well as other universes, he didn't need to break through countless realms like in the god cultivation realm. I only need to reach the peak of my own universe. In the magic world, I only need to reach the magic god realm. Then the battle prowess of the creation god realm is probably as powerful as the heaven-opening realm, right? Wang Kai frowned as he secretly asked, Host, that's exactly the case. In the god cultivation realm, the heaven-opening realm is known as the supreme god who created the world, the creation god. In the magic world, the magic god who created the world. If you want to reach the creation god realm, you need to go through the same journey in the magic world as you did in the god cultivation realm. Same journey? F*CKU. Wang Kai's mouth twitched when he heard this. How many places did he go to reach the heaven-opening realm? How many corpses did he cut down? If he walked through the magic world again, it would really be a pile of corpses. Wang Kai didn't want to go through so much trouble. As long as he reached the magic god realm, he could become a dual cultivator god. Azura was originally the creation god in the magic world, right? Wang Kai narrowed his eyes and asked in surprise. Host, that's exactly the case. He was one of the gods who created the magic world. Above the magic world you're in, there's the world of gods. There are many magic gods such as the water god, the fire god, the life god, the light god, and so on. Hearing this, Wang Kai completely understood. However, understanding was one thing. As long as he reached the magic god realm, he could end his journey in the magic world. Exterminating Azura and finding Jingxian and the others was the right thing to do. As for the other universes, when the time came, he would go for a stroll if he was in the mood. Earth had to be returned to play. After all, Wang Kai had long gone crazy thinking about the clothes and the fun there. Have you thought it through? Are you going to say it or not? If you don't say it, I don't mind using force. The little loli narrowed her eyes and stared at Wang Kai. Wang Kai curled his lips when he heard this. He glanced at her speechlessly and smiled faintly. You'd better forget it. You're just a saint-level magician. Buzz. As soon as he finished speaking, Wang Kai flipped his hand and took out the saint-level magic staff, God's Fury. The exquisite crystal shape directly attracted the little loli's eyes. Saint-level magic staff? You're actually a saint-level magician? The little loli asked in surprise. Why? Are you scared? I'm not afraid to tell you that magic gods are nothing to me. Wang Kai shrugged and smiled faintly. Congratulations to the host for successfully bragging. You've received 1,000 experience points and 100 bragging points. Hearing this, Wang Kai's face darkened. He said angrily, Magic gods are nothing to me, okay? Congratulations to the host for successfully bragging. You've received 1,000 experience points and 100 bragging points. Host, the magic gods of creation are also magic gods. Moreover, you didn't show that you have the battle strength of the heaven-opening realm to look down on magic gods. So what if he's a saint-level magician? This is the Church of Light. The divine consciousness of the God of Light can descend at any time. Also, the Pope is a magic god. The little loli snorted disdainfully. Chapter 1134. Pope, Magic God. The divine sense of the God of Light could descend at any time. Wang Kai was filled with disdain. Even if the God of Light descended, what could he do? When a time came, he wouldn't mind using the battle power of the heaven-opening realm to fight with him. As for the Magic God, just step aside. Yo, I'm so scared. What is the God of Light? Is he very awesome? It's not that Bin Xiao is boasting, but if I hit him, Bin Xiao would only need one spell to make him look for his teeth on the ground. Wang Kai shrugged and said with disdain, Congratulations to the host for successfully bragging. You have received 1,000 experience and 100 bragging points. The little loli was dumbfounded. She couldn't imagine why Wang Kai was so arrogant. He wasn't even afraid of the God of Light. He even dared to insult the God of Light in the Church of Light. Wasn't he just looking for trouble? Don't listen to his nonsense. He didn't mean shut up. You can leave. For the sake of your teacher, I won't punish you, but I won't help you save her either. The old woman who was helping Archmage Lily stopped her magic and turned around to look coldly at Wang Kai. As a follower of the God of Light, how could she allow him to insult the God of Light? But I don't need you to treat me. Do you think I don't know light magic? I'm more awesome than you, okay? Wang Kai waved his hand and stopped the little loli's request. He walked to the side of the bed and secretly said, Give me a light, forbidden spell. Congratulations to the host for successfully learning the forbidden spell, Divine Healing of Light. 500 bragging points have been consumed. Host, Wang Kai profession, magician grade, sacred archmage magic skills, death summon, air compression, divine healing of light magic equipment, God's Fury bragging points, 100 experience, 500100000, ignorant commoner magician. The old woman sneered disdainfully and stood at the side. She wanted to see how he would heal her. Watch carefully. Divine healing of light. Wang. Suddenly, Wang Kai waved his staff and a golden light floated out, entering Archmage Lily's body. A golden light could clearly be seen flickering on Archmage Lily's body before disappearing. Where am I? When the light dissipated, Archmage Lily woke up. She sat up without any injuries and looked around in a daze. Oh my God, that's forbidden light magic. In an instant, the old lady was so frightened that she fell to the ground. She even threw away her magic staff. Holding her head, she kept pulling at her hair as she stared at Wang Kai in disbelief. At the side, the little lowly was even more dumbfounded. She couldn't believe what she was seeing. It wasn't just the ability to communicate across tens of thousands of miles, but also the ability to use forbidden spatial magic. Now, he even knew light taboo magic. Who was he? Was such a powerful magician really a spy? Are you kidding me? How could there be such a powerful mage as a spy? The Lorraine Magic Academy wasn't strong enough for such a mage to think of sneaking in, right? It's just the most trashy light taboo magic. I'm not afraid to tell you the truth. This kind of trashy light taboo magic is beneath my dignity, Wang Kai said with disdain. Congratulations to the host for successfully bragging. You have received 1,000 experience and 100 bragging points. To think that he wouldn't cure Archmage Lily to threaten him. What a fantasy. Not to mention that the god of light wasn't in the church and was in the world of gods. Even if he jumped down now, Wang Kai had absolute confidence in beating him up. This is impossible. This is impossible. Facing Wang Kai's humiliation, the old lady was clearly going crazy. She never thought that he would know light taboo magic. Oh, great god of light, please grant us the decree of light. Who is he? Is he your reincarnation? Or did you send him down to lead the church of light to the light? What? Wang Kai's brows twisted when he heard this. He looked at her with a dark face and said with disdain, "The god of light sent me down? I'm his reincarnation? He's just a barren person. I can casually arrange for him. Do you understand? Of course, I'll use light magic." Congratulations to the host for successfully bragging. You have received 1,000 experience and 100 bragging points. Oh, great god of light, great your ass. Asterisk bang. Asterisk facing the old lady's disregard and only knowing how to pray. Wang Kai was speechless. He turned his hand and threw a ball of water at her, knocking her unconscious. Heavens, how can you be like this? She's an old lady. The little lowly was about to go crazy. She swore that she had never seen such a violent magician. So what if she's an old lady? Can an old lady take advantage of her seniority? Can an old lady look down on me? Let me tell you, in this world where strength is respected, asterisk cough cough asterisk nobility is respected, whoever has the greatest ability is the boss. Wang Kai said with a smirk. This kind of stubbornness, thinking that the god of light was omnipotent, should be eliminated. If he returned to the cultivation world, with his heaven-opening strength, he would be a god that could split the heavens and earth. He would be on the same level as the god of creation. Who would care about these little followers? Wang Kai, I'm sorry, I shouldn't have. Okay, you're not wrong. I will personally teach you about undead forbidden magic. Let's go back to the Lorraine Magic Academy and slowly practice. Wang Kai smiled as he turned around and hugged Archmage Lily. All right, I have something to tell you. I don't know space forbidden magic. I can walk in space because this space is too weak. With my true ability, I can destroy the entire Roha continent with one punch. Kacha! As soon as his voice fell, Wang Kai flipped his hand and slapped, and space was instantly slapped into pieces. Under the little lowly's frightened gaze, Wang Kai hugged the shy Archmage Lily and stepped into the space and disappeared. Heavens! What level is he? Is he a god of creation? Impossible. The little lowly squatted on the ground. She was going crazy. With one punch, he can destroy space. Even if he practiced space forbidden magic, he couldn't do it. Also, he said that he could destroy the entire Roha continent with one punch. How terrifying is that power? Is it real or fake? If it's real, he wouldn't be the reincarnation of the Azura that disappeared. Heavens! Bang! Thinking of this, the little lowly's face turned pale as she fell to the ground and fainted. Azura, in the magic world, was the most evil god. All gods were afraid of him. As long as he appeared, wherever he went, that place would be destroyed. Wang Kai naturally didn't know about the little lowly's fear. Take the Roha continent as an example. It's no different from the other continents in the world of gods. If he wanted to destroy it, It would be too easy. What he was thinking about now was how to eat Archmage Lily, this beautiful, noble magician with blonde hair and blue eyes. Chapter 1135. Lorraine Magic Academy. After returning to the academy, Wong Kai anxiously hugged Archmage Lily as he searched for a quiet place with his divine sense. Archmage Lily was bashful from beginning to end. Seeing Wong Kai's anxious and perverted expression, how could she not know what he wanted to do? What are you doing? Put down Archmage Lily immediately. You damn commoner. Suddenly, just as Wong Kai was about to leave for the infirmary, he heard an angry roar from behind him. Ah, it's the disciplinary master, Archmage Boley. Put me down quickly. We are mentors of the academy. We can't be like this. Archmage Lily's face turned red like it was dripping blood as she struggled to get down. Wong Kai knit his brows and tightened his arms, holding her in his embrace with no intention of letting her go. Who the fuck are you? Who are you ordering around? Wong Kai frowned as he looked at him with an unhappy expression. You. Archmage Boley held his breath when he heard this. He pointed at Wong Kai and took a while to organize his words before angrily shouting, I know you. You're that new commoner magician, right? But I'm sorry. You've already been fired. Put down Archmage Lily and get the hell out of the Lorraine Magic Academy. Compared to the little lowly's guess that Wong Kai was a spy, Archmage Boley didn't think so at all and treated him as a commoner magician. What are you doing? Are you looking for death? Wong Kai's face darkened as he took out the magic staff, God's Fury. Buzz. Seeing the sacred level magic staff appear, the disciplinary master was clearly stunned. Sacred level? How is this possible? Aren't you a high mage? Boley exclaimed as he rubbed his eyes. He couldn't believe the scene in front of him. Less nonsense. Are you going to die yourself, or do you want it to help you die? Wong Kai frowned as he impatiently snorted. No, Archmagus Wong Kai. He is the discipline master of the academy. You can't do this. Archmage Lily was very anxious when she heard this. If they really fought, let's not talk about who would win. Just the fact that he dared to make a move against the discipline master was enough for him to be expelled from the Roland Magic Academy. If they were to beat Boley up, their punishment would be even worse. The Magic Association would not sit back and do nothing. By then, not only would Wong Kai be expelled from the academy, but he would also be arrested and punished by the Magic Association. Wong Kai shrugged his shoulders and said disdainfully, Discipline director, my ass. How dare he meddle in my business and call me a commoner mage? This is no different from courting death. Ignorant civilian magicians. Wong. Suddenly, Mage Boley let out an angry roar, and with a flip of his hand, he immediately took out a magic staff that was as tall as a person. It was pitch black and had a hexagonal frame at the top. Within it, there was a gem flickering with red light. The aura emitted by the red light was fire magic. Tisk TSK. You're also a sacred level magician? No wonder you're so arrogant. Wong Kai narrowed his eyes and smacked his lips playfully. One had to know that the dean of the Roland Magic Academy, that little lowly, was a sacred level magician. This discipline master was also a sacred level magician. His position in the Roland Magic Academy must be extraordinary. It wouldn't be an exaggeration to say that he was the second in command, right? No wonder he was so good at acting tough. Let go of Archmage Lily now and leave behind your magic staff. That will be the price for acting so atrociously in the Magic Academy. This way, I won't arrest you or hand you over to the Magic Association. Instructor Boley said coldly. What? What did you just say? Wong Kai's eyebrows twitched when he heard this. He picked at his ears and was so angry that he laughed. He said in surprise, According to what you said, I came to the Magic Academy as an instructor and didn't get paid. In the end, I still have to give you a sacred level magic staff? Stupid commoner magician. You don't have the qualifications to receive the Academy's payment. Your magic staff is also not given. It is the price you should pay. This is the compensation for the mistakes you made in the Magic Academy. Archmage Boley said with a disdainful snort. Hearing this, Wong Kai seemed to have heard the funniest joke in the world. It had to be said that after he hid his heaven-opening battle strength, anyone would dare to cause trouble for him. Lily, my dear Lily, did you hear that? He said he can kill me. Wong Kai rubbed his nose and said with a playful smile, You put me down? I won't let him do that. Archmage Lily bit her red lips and struggled to speak. Put down Archmage Lily immediately. Damn commoner. Seeing Archmage Lily struggle, Instructor Bowley was enraged and shouted loudly. Shut up. Damned Instructor Bowley, you've already angered me. As the daughter of a count, I definitely won't let you off. Suddenly, before Wong Kai could say anything, Archmage Lily, who was in his embrace, had already angrily shouted. What? Archmage Lily, what are you saying? I'm saving you. He's a commoner. Damn, the most lowly commoner. How can he hug you like this? Instructor Bowley was stunned, as if he had misheard. You're the one who deserves to die. You're the lowly one. He's the lover of Lily Severies. You lowly Viscount magician. I'm using the Count's family crest to order you to kneel down and apologize to my lover. Archmage Lily angrily rebuked. She suddenly flipped her hand and took out a golden Pegasus-shaped crest as she loudly ordered Instructor Bowley. Oh heavens! Archmage Lily, you must be crazy, right? You must have been blackmailed by this damned commoner. Wait for me to save you. Respected and mighty fire god, please listen to your most loyal believer. You're still chanting? Are you numb? Asterisk snap. Asterisk suddenly, without waiting for Instructor Bowley to finish chanting his magic incantation, his magic staff was directly swept away by Wong Kai with a wave of his hand and shattered into pieces. Asterisk plop. Asterisk Instructor Bowley's expression greatly changed as he fell on his butt. He stared at Wong Kai in disbelief, unable to say anything. He couldn't figure out how Wong Kai had attacked. He hadn't even chanted a magic spell. Continue chanting. You can't do it without your magic staff. Come, Lily, take out your magic staff and let him use it. Wong Kai shrugged and said rather disdainfully. But, the shocked Archmage Lily came back to her senses. Hearing Wong Kai's words, she hesitated for a moment. If Instructor Bowley really released magic, would Wong Kai be able to block it? Give it to him, just watch. Wong Kai put down Archmage Lily and spoke confidently to her. All right. Archmage Lily bit her red lips as she took out a magic staff and threw it to Bowley. Thank you, fellow Taoist. Dance bitterness is not enough, as well as the earliest batch of hardcore fans. Fool, don't be sad and reward me. Thank you. You're tuning in to the Warrior Lore YouTube channel. Don't forget to subscribe and join us on this journey to catch the most captivating stories.